Public Television, a resource for Iowa's future.
Guy Lombardo and his Royal Canadians are preempted tonight for the following live sports special. Guy Lombardo will return next Saturday at 6 o'clock.
It's the High School Wrestling Championships. Next.
Funding for the 1999 Iowa High School Wrestling Championships has been provided by Friends of Iowa Public Television. By your locally owned Medicap Pharmacy, delivering personal care and all your pharmacy needs from 52 Iowa locations. By the Independent Insurance Agents of Iowa, dedicated to serving the insurance needs of Iowa's families and businesses. By the Iowa Association of Independent Colleges and Universities and the Iowa College Foundation, presenting Iowa Private College Week, August 2nd through 6th, 1999. And by Allied Group Insurance, proud to be a supporter of Iowa's outstanding student athletes.
Iowa Public Television Sports presents the Iowa High School Wrestling Championships. Tonight, it's the finals as 39 Warriors will realize their dream, a state title. Good evening, everyone. I'm Tim Johnson, and joining me tonight is Jim Gibbons. Jim Gibbons, a three-time state champion from Ames, a national champion wrestler and coach, and the oldest brother of one of the greatest wrestling families in America. Jim, welcome to the Iowa Public Television State Championships, and it just must be great to come back to the site of so many great memories and then to reach the pinnacle as a national champion.
Well, I'm excited to be here, Tim. I can't tell you how much being here. All what you see there started in its roots right here, trying to win a state title as a sophomore for Ames High School.
And then to have the honor right there, as we saw, to join your brothers as the Grand March, you know, to lead that Grand March.
Well, that's a group I'm very proud to be of. My brothers, my family here. We won 10 state titles, and I can empathize with all the people out there who have someone special in here that they're following. It's a lot easier out there to be out there yourself where you have something to control. Following it here, the hundreds of towns across the state, that's going to be an exciting thing to follow.
Well, this is the state one. This is the big one. What's that mean?
Well, we started with 7,200 athletes out for the sport of wrestling here. We're down to 78 finals here, trying to make that dream of becoming a state champion become true. But there's literally hundreds of winners here, along with the 39 champions we're going to crown tonight.
Well, that's true. And tonight, because the competitors will be wrestling on 3 mats, the Iowa High School Athletic Association has predetermined our featured matches with a 3-year rotation plan so that we can show you all the weight classes fairly.
And And we're going to start that rotation at 3A with 103 through 125-pound weight classes, then go to 1A and go to 130 through 145. 2A will be 152 through 189, and we'll show the heavyweights in 3A.
Well, you'll see all 39 championships as we'll be inserting the other matches on the screen simultaneously. Now, we'll only be featuring and zeroing in on the feature matches, so we won't be doing as much commentary. But if the featured match gets over with quickly, we'll get you as much action as possible. Jim, tonight we're going to see a whole lot of outstanding individuals as usual again. And right now we join Dick Trotter with Dan McCool, a sports writer for the Des Moines Register, to profile the competition.
And indeed, the man with the numbers from the Des Moines Register, the wrestling guru. Dan, congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much. You know, it's this is a fun sport, and you know, if they just kind of want to give me an award for it, it's fine. But I'd still do this for free. It's that great of a sport.
Wonderful. Now we're going to look at some of the competitors tonight. There are 4 that we're going to take a peek at. Here's Blue Wall.
I'll tell you what, Blue. I've watched Blue since he was a pup, and you know, all he's done is just a ton of winning. And you know, to do that in this state, you got to be good.
And we're going to look at Corey Beckman of New Hampton.
Corey Beckman might be one of the wilder, tougher guys in the state. You know, all he wants to do is just go through you. He doesn't want to go around. He's never cute. He'll just beat you.
And we've got Drew Kelly of Charles City. What a record.
Something of the same nature. Drew Kelly is best known for maybe having what they call a freight train double. He just blows right through you. There's no question about what he wants to do.
And finally, Cliff Moore, Dubuque Hempstead, going for 3.
Cliff Moore is more the slick guy that will go around. He's got a million ways to beat you. You know, it's fun to watch him go.
All right, Dan, thanks for all you do for wrestling here in Iowa. Congratulations, and let's go back to Tim.
Thanks, Dick. And a little later, we'll be joining Dean Borg and Ron Seaman, the owner and publisher of The Predicament, to update the team scores. But right now, we're going to join the PA announcer, Mo Kelly, for tonight's opening ceremonies.
Welcome to the nation's finest high school wrestling event, the 1999 Iowa State High School Championship Meet. Last Thursday, 624 of the finest student athletes in our state had the high honor of beginning competition in this tournament. At this time, we introduce you to the 234 young men who have earned state place winner status. It's the Grand March of Champions, led by 1999 Grand March Escort John Brindley, who in 1926, representing Fort Dodge High School, became the first IHSAA recognized state champion. ladies and gentlemen, to sing our national anthem, a senior student at Okoboji High School in Milford, Iowa, John Moore.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Congratulations to all of tonight's award winners. We've got a short break before the finals start. As the mats are being cleared and cleaned, and the athletes are... As the mats are being cleared, we're going to now join Dean Borg, who is with Ron Seaman, the owner and publisher of The Predicament.
Ron Seaman, congratulations on winning the Media Award for publishing The Predicament all these years. You and your wife, Diane, she can't be here tonight, I understand.
No, she's homesick, but I know she's watching, and I sure wish she could be here with me.
Well, that award is much deserved, much overdue. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Let's look at the team standings. In 1A, can anyone catch Underwood?
Oh, I tell you what, Underwood is doing real well. They got 3 kids in the finals, and I don't think there's anybody going to come close. Bondurant, you know, they're pretty solid, too, and so is Columbus Junction. Those top 3 are going to stay right there where they're at, I think.
Now, you know, in 2A, Larry Straw is going to take home the Coach of the Year. Can he take home the team trophy, too?
Well, I don't know. You know, Larry's got 4 in the finals tonight. If he can win all 4 and keep Davenport Assumption from scoring any points, he might sneak up there and get up next to him. You know, there's always a chance.
And 3A, City High?
Oh, City High had really a good day, you know, back up on top. They've got an 11-point lead. That's pretty nice, even though they've only got 1 in the final. So Decorah is pretty solid second. Charles City is pushing to get into second. So it remains to be seen. They've still got to wrestle it out.
Ron, thank you for all that you and Diane do for wrestling across the state of Iowa.
Thank you.
And Tim, those are the team standings. Back to you.
Thanks, Dean. And now let's rejoin the Iowa High School Athletic Association for its recognition ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, another great state tournament. What makes it great? It's the people. It's the athletes and the coaches, the news media, the officials, administrators, Hall of Famers, and of course you, the fans. That's what makes this the greatest show in the whole nation as far as high school wrestling is concerned. I'd appreciate it if you'd give us some attention during the next few moments as we honor some of these people who have done such a great job of promoting this great sport. First of all, how about musicians? Another great national anthem from one of our students. How about another big hand for John Moore, senior student, Okoboji High School, Milford, Iowa. A tremendous job. In the early 20s, there were some invitational tournaments put on by various colleges mainly, and they called them state tournaments. They weren't really, though, because not everybody had an opportunity. In 1926, the Iowa High School Athletic Association began its series of tournaments leading up to a state championship meet, and everybody had an opportunity. So that was the first official state tournament. And what a pleasure it is for us today to have the very first individual state champion with us. This was 1926. He was a sophomore at Fort Dodge High School in the state meet. 85 pounds. 2 years later, competing for Teachers High in Cedar Falls. As a senior, he was a third place finisher. He went on to wrestle for Iowa State Teachers College, was in a couple of NCAA events, was in the Olympic tryouts. Then he went into teaching and coaching, had a long career in education, and also was quite an official in many different sports. How about another big welcome for the 85-pound champion, 1926, John Brindley, our Grand March escort. Each year at our state meet, we have members inducted into our Hall of Fame, a committee composed of the Iowa High School Athletic Association and members of the Iowa Coaches and Officials Association meet every December to make the choices, and anyone can nominate for the Hall of Fame. We have this year 4 coaches and 2 former wrestlers that are being inducted in our Hall of Fame. Representing the Board of Control of the IHSAA to present the plaques, Les Dalma, current chairman of the board, Superintendent, Orange City MOCFB, and also assisting Les, representing the Iowa Association of School Boards on the Board of Control, Arlo Flaggy of Waverly. And our first inductee got some inspiration from his father, who was a state champion. Bart attended Webster City, won 3 championships himself. We've had less than 50 three-time winners in the long history of our tournament. He was one of them. After finishing his career with a final 3-year record of only 93-0, he went to the State University of Iowa, 3 times finished 3rd place in NCAA competition, and was a member of some National League championship teams for the Hawkeyes. How about a big welcome for new Hall of Fame inductee, Bart Schelsvig of Webster City, accompanied by his girlfriend. Very happy to have her here. Her name is Susie Knobloch. Dan Dunham is heading down the road. 36 years as a coach in wrestling. Dan was a wrestler himself and then got into coaching, and he started out at Jessup. He moved to Dubuque, and when Dubuque Hempstead opened their doors, he was named the first head coach, and he's been the head coach there ever since. However, as we said, he's winding it up this year. He's had over 200 dual meet victories, and we're welcome to have him here this evening as a new Hall of Fame inductee, accompanied by his wife Bonnie, Dan Dunham of Dubuque Hempstead. Our next inductee, also a coach, Dan Hill, got the bug while he was at Corning under John Harris, and then he got a chance to be a head coach. He went to Adel, spent 4 years there. They were just beginning their program, but in 4 years' time, in 1970, he had a state championship team. He then moved to Harlan, and 15 years of Harlan coaching, he had 90% winners. But maybe even more important than that, that part of the state was kind of a latecomer as far as getting the wrestling bug. And this man, along with Dean Kiger, who we'll introduce to you later, from that area of the state, had a lot to do with promotion of the sport of wrestling down in that area. Dan, particularly in the Hawkeye 8 Conference. So we salute him tonight by inducting him in the Hall of Fame. Dan Hill, Adele, and Harlan, and accompanied by his wife, Sharon. Tom Horton was a state runner-up wrestler in our state meet, got into coaching after college, started out at Indianola as a head coach, and he spent several years there, and he brought that school its very first 2 state champions. Then he moved up to Dubuque, where he took over the reins there at Wahlert for 12 years. He also is no longer coaching, gave it up a year or so ago. But over all that time that he coached, some 28 years, always had consistently good teams. And we might mention, too, that his contribution is much more than just coaching, however. He's been a very strong member of the Iowa Wrestling Coaches and Officials Association, has held all the various offices, and has been a real promoter of his favorite sport, wrestling. So we salute him tonight by inducting him in our Hall of Fame, Tom Horton, accompanied by his wife, Betsy. We have another former 3-time state high school champion here tonight, Jason Kelber. And he almost made it 4. He was a runner-up as a freshman and then a 3-time champion. Jason has a unique, I think, a unique situation in that we all know of the great success of the Brands brothers. Well, Jason defeated both of them in championship matches. In high school, he defeated one of the brothers for a state title, and in the NCAA, he defeated the other Brands brother for an NCAA championship. He's had quite a career as a great competitor. He's now an assistant coach at the University of Nebraska. Jason Kelber of State Center, West Marshall. We mentioned Dean Kiger a short time ago. He's another one that really promoted the sport of wrestling in his area of the state, Audubon. Dean came out of Fairfield High School. He qualified for state competition as a wrestler himself in high school. Went on and wrestled some at the University of Northern Iowa. Right away, he found a home in Audubon. He's been there ever since. He's now the activities director, but during his time as a wrestling coach there, about 15 years, had great success, won many tournament championships, had competitors in our state event, but once again, a great promoter of the sport in that particular area of the state. Dean Kiger, our final Hall of Fame inductee, accompanied by his wife, Judy. Another nice hand for the Hall of Famers. Several years ago, the Board of Control of the Athletic Association decided it was time to start honoring officials in all the various sports. We've inducted officials in the Officials Hall of Fame in baseball, football, basketball, you name it, and we've inducted officials into that Officials Hall of Fame. Tonight we have 2 wrestling officials to induct into our Officials Hall of Fame. They both are, as we said, wrestling officials who are going to be working later this evening. Both of them attended Upper Iowa. Both of them went into coaching and teaching after that for a short period of time. However, right now, they're in the insurance and banking business, respectively, but still doing a lot of officiating, both at the high school level and at the collegiate level. So at this time, we would like to introduce to you the 2 newest members of the Officials Hall of Fame. First of all, Mike Exline of Charles City, accompanied by his wife Christy, his son Ben, and Ben's wife Christy, and grandson Jonah. Mike Exline, 18 years a state tournament official. And a 14-year state tournament official, Bill Roths from New Hampton, accompanied by his wife Mary, along with daughters Emily and Nicole's wife Bryce. Bill Roths. The officials, Hall of Fame. We all know what a great job the news media does for all of our various sports, wrestling included. However, let's face it, it took a while for the news media really to embrace the sport of wrestling. Now they do a tremendous job, all of them. But through the early years, it wasn't quite that great as far as coverage was concerned. But we're going to honor two people tonight with News Media Awards who we would have to say are giants as far as wrestling coverage is concerned. One, you've seen his work, if not all year, you've seen it while you've been around the Des Moines area this week. From the Des Moines Register, a gentleman who's been named National Wrestling Writer of the Year 2 or 3 times, Dan McCool. And our other News Media Award winner. He is not a rich man, I must tell you, but it's been a labor of love. For 22 years, he has struggled to put out a Predicament magazine for wrestlers and their fans, and he's had everything in there from kids coverage to high school to collegiate coverage. He just does a terrific job of promoting this sport. And as I said, a lot of hard work and maybe not too many rewards except a labor of love. He loves the sport. He loves the people who are committed to it. Unfortunately, the other half, his wife Diane, is ill. She could not be here. She'd love to be here. Diane, we're thinking about you. We want you to get better real soon. Here's Ron Seaman. And Diane Seaman is the other half of that great combination that publishes The Predicament. The Iowa High School Athletic Directors Association. Each year, this organization selects their athletic director of the year. To do the honors, representing the Athletic Directors Association is the current president, Steve Duncan, AD at West Des Moines Valley, accompanied by Vice Presidents Brian Koppas of Urbandale and Rick Anderson of Storm Lake. Hy-Vee sponsors the AD of the year, and this year it's a unique situation in that this man is the first man to ever win that award twice. Now, when you win the State Athletic Director of the Year, you go into regional and hopefully into national competition. We hope that will occur. Fred has already been a finalist for that national award in his earlier time as he was selected Iowa AD of the Year. You know about Ankeny and the great tradition they have in high school sports, championships in football, girls basketball, girls softball, very competitive, a great all-around program, and he deserves much of the credit for that. And by the way, this is his last year too as AD. He'll be retiring, but we congratulate him, the current Iowa Athletic Director of the Year, accompanied by his wife Fran, Fred Smith, Ankeny High School. All right, it's time now for the Iowa Wrestling Coaches and Officials Association various awards. They have several, and we're going to begin with their selections for Coaches of the Year. Presenting these awards, representing the Iowa Officials and Coaches Association, we have the current officers, Scott Litterer, formerly the coach at Cedar Rapids Prairie, Brett Adams, the coach at Independence, Wes Creason, coach at Indianola, and Jim Steyert, the executive secretary of the organization. Okay, here we go. The 1A Coach of the Year, Gilbertville Don Bosco Dan Mashek. And I would be remiss if I did not mention that he is currently the coach, active coach, any coach with the most dual meet wins in Iowa high school history. His assistants are Tom Kettman, Ray Fox, and Mike Schwab. We congratulate them too. The 2A Coach of the Year, Larry Straw, New Hampton. His assistants are Eric Robinson, David Preem, and Wes Cleveland. The 3A Coach of the Year, David Williams of Charles City. Assistants, Steve Stallsmith and Chris Krieger. They also select a junior high Coach of the Year. Here is a gentleman who has given 35 years to junior high, middle school wrestling coaching, Ron Betts of Osage, accompanied by his wife, Chris. The official of the year, from Akron, 19 years an official, 9 state tournament appearances, Doug Manley of Akron, his wife, Crystal. In recent years, the Iowa Wrestling Coaches and Officials Association has added what it calls the President's Award. This is a very high honor. It goes to those who have contributed to the sport of wrestling in various ways by their long-time aid to the sport in different capacities. And we have 2 recipients this year. One of them, the head coach at Algona for a period of years, late 60s, early 70s, has a real wrestling family, had a couple of great sons that did perform very well on the mat and later as administrators of the sport. He himself coached 4 state championship teams in our meet. From Algona, Leon Champ Martin. And the other honoree of the President's Award this year, this gentleman, a longtime coach at Waterloo West, the coach of Dan Gable, the coach of 11, yes, 11 state championship teams at Waterloo West High. Also a very well-known official at the high school and collegiate level, working much NCAA competition. Bob Siddons is one of only 5 or 6 Iowans who have been selected to the National High School Sports Hall of Fame. Tonight, a President's Award recipient, former Waterloo West coach, Bob Siddons. Ladies and gentlemen, we appreciate your attention. We're about ready to start the action. Thank you very much.
Our congratulations to all of tonight's award winners. Wow, Jim, Champ Martin and Bob Siddons, icons of the sport. I mean, they're just great names, aren't they?
Those are two of the greatest gentlemen that our sport has produced here in this state. Bob Siddons and all those state titles at West Waterloo High School, and here they're getting their picture taken out at the front of the mat, but they're just great people and great people to learn from.
Gentlemen, they are. We've got a short break before the finals start, and as the mats are being cleaned and the athletes are getting ready, Iowa Public Television would like to thank all our viewers of this season's College Wrestling Series, and we'd like to share some of our college wrestling memories with you.
There's a nice shot. Put him on his back. Fireman carries to the outside, and he's got him on his back. He's got him in a headlock. He's got him in a headlock. Good technique. He's in, he lifts. He's in and he lifts. Oh, he's got, and he threw him on his back. Wow, I can't believe it. Puts him in position to win the match by decision or by pin. He ends up 45 seconds. I think he's going to get a fall. Yeah, he does. Wow. Wow. And there it is again, and there it is again. You know, he's really brought it.
Well, that was an exciting year that we just got finished, and my thanks to my new partner for college wrestling, Dan Gable. It was a great year of wrestling. We had some exciting matches, but Jim, we're getting ready to rock and roll here right now for some of the best high school wrestling in the nation. And once again, our weight rotation for today is 103 through 125 at 3A. We start with the large class school. We go 130 to 145, 1A, 152 to 189, 2A, and then we're going to have a 3A real classic matchup at heavyweight.
Two undefeateds there.
Yeah, it's going to be great, and so we're excited about that opportunity, and we're looking forward to it. We're still not ready to wrestle. So earlier, Jim Gibbons had a chance to talk to Jason Kelber, our one of our Hall of Fame inductions from Iowa and Nebraska.
I'm here with Jason Kelber, 4-time finalist and 3-time state champion here, back here at Vets Auditorium here, being honored as a Hall of Fame member. How does it feel to be back at Vets?
Brings back a lot of memories here in the big barn, we used to call it, back where I'm from. I come from farm country and around State Center, Iowa, and it was always an honor and something I look forward to all year long. Come down to state tournament and where the lights come on and the people come out and the cheers start. And I had a lot of good memories here, and I like coming back every chance I get and watching the young wrestlers get after it.
Well, you're going to be honored here as a Hall of Fame member. What does being a Hall of Fame member mean to you?
Well, I tell you, I'm really honored, and it puts me in a distinguished group of people that I feel maybe I shouldn't be in this group, but I tell you, I worked hard to get there, and what I did in my high school days as well as college, and I'm glad to be a part of it and be on that list of names that are pretty famous people, I guess.
Well, here we are. We're ready for the big show, as they call it, in the big barn, as Jason Kelber says he called it, and he's not alone in calling it that.
Well, I tell you what, he more than belonged there. He should have been the outstanding wrestler in the NCAA tournament his senior year when he beat Terry Brands at Iowa City in I wouldn't say dominant fashion. I don't think he ever beat Terry Brands in dominant fashion, how tough of a competitor he is. But Jason Kelber, 3-time state champion and national champion, truly an outstanding force in college wrestling when he wrestled.
Well, you know, let's review the match scoring here. In the match scoring, of course, takedown is worth 2, and escape 1 point, reversal 2 points. There's a couple of ways you can get near falls, and 2-point and 3-point near falls. That's if you hold their back past the 45-degree angle, and if you hold them there long enough, you get 3 points. And there's team scoring, and this is important tonight because everything's already accumulated to second place. So tonight, if you win, you get 4 more. You go from 12 to 16. And and also team scoring, you get 2 extra points for default, forfeit, disqualification, and advance in the championship. But tonight, we're looking at whether they score a major decision, they get an extra point, or a technical foul, a 1.5, or a pin, 2 points. That could come into play tonight, especially in one of the big races where Davenport, Assumption, and New Hampton are going against each other in at 3A as well. Now we're going to start at 3A, Jim. Returning champions at 3A, Chad Davis, 42-0 from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central, versus Dominique Moyer from Oskaloosa, 33-3.
Well, this is a great matchup here. You got several returning champions in Brian Hincius and Cliff Moore and Drew Kelly, and we'll see quite a few of these guys that are waiting to get their ankle bands set up here, waiting for the 3A mat. But great situation here. These athletes have been waiting around for a little bit, waiting for their warm-ups and waiting for the mat to clear as we gave our award presentation. So they had a little bit of standing around here. We'll see who comes out fresh.
Well, in the other matches that we'll be showing you, here comes the other 3A wrestler from Lewis Central. He is the defending state champion, is he, or was he?
Nope, he's got a 42-0 record. That's Chad Davis. He's just a freshman.
So he's ready to do it for the first time. 42-0, a freshman going up against Dominique Moyer from Oskaloosa.
Check that. Chad Davis is a 10th grader here, sophomore. And he's going up against Dominic Moyer from Oskaloosa, and he's a 9th grader. So we got a sophomore and a freshman out there on the mat, 3A.
The referee is Mike. You'll hear him tonight. It's Keith Pullman from Charles City. Wrestled at Clarion in high school and Northern Iowa in college, where he was All-American for the Northern Iowa Panthers. You hear him right there. We'll listen to him throughout the match.
Dominic Moyer is a little bit undersized here as a 3-pounder. He's basically, strategy out here is just go out there and keep it close here for a little bit, but he's kind of grown into the weight class as the years progressed.
There you see the inserts up there on the top. That's Nick Lee from Columbus Junction going against Joe Ryder. Nick Lee from Columbus Junction against Joe Ryder from Gilbertsville, Don Bosco. And in 2A, right there below, you'll see Kellen Kraber from Knoxville going up against Joe Huntz from Louisa Muscatine. And Joe Hunt's trying to become Louisa Muscatine, L&M there, the first state champion. So you'll be able to see that. We'll call the match that's featured right here in 3A.
Action, guys.
Not much action yet here in 3A here. Dominic Moyer kind of doing a little bit of stalking. Now Chad Davis coming in on a half fireman's carry attempt. Warded off pretty well by Moyer from Oskaloosa.
We're at the 3A 103-pound match, a little over a minute gone by, and the score is knotted at 0-0. No score yet between Moyer and Davis. Moyer from Oskaloosa, Davis from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central. Coached by Keith Massey, and Oskaloosa coached by Jason Christensen.
Well, this is exactly what Moyer wanted to do, was just keep it close.
There's Jason Christensen you just saw on the right. His dad was my high school coach at Morning Sun my senior year, and Denny Christensen, and then at Anamosa, and now his son out in the mat after he retired a couple of years ago.
There's another fireman's carry attempt here by Chad Davis.
New start, guys. Neutral. Center.
Going to get a neutral start as they go off the mat.
And up at the top there, speaking of Morning Sun again, Nick Lee from Columbus Junction. His dad and I wrestled together. Doug and Ann Lee, we went to high school together, and he's now wrestling for Columbus Junction, and that's really exciting, Jim. We talked about your 3 state championships, and you come back and all of a sudden you see friends of yours have kids here in the meet, and it's just great. I know Nick's grandma Pauline couldn't come up. She's watching at home, and so that's real exciting. In 2A, the score is 2-2 between Kraber from Knoxville and Hunts from Louisa Muscatine.
Green strike.
And we're going to end the first period here with Chad Davis and Dominic Moyer here. No score.
Second period, guys. 5 minutes. Set. Top man. Take position.
Moyer will be in the top position here. Moyer trying to ride here a little bit. He's got a pretty good set of legs in the top. He likes to use the tilt and use a guillotine type technique, so we'll see if he can go to that.
Well, yep, here comes Davis trying to get out, and he does. He gets 2 reversal to go ahead, 2-0. A minute 35 left in the second period, and the first scoring is done by Chad Davis from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central to take a 2-0 lead here. That's Chad Davis in the blue on top, going against Dominic Moyer from Oskaloosa.
And I tell you what, Chad Davis is really tough in the top position. He likes to go to bar arms. And you see it right there. He's got a bar arm, a chicken wing with the left arm, and is working with a half Nelson with the right arm. Now he drops into a wrist ride, so I mean, he knows what he can do up in here, and I think he's trying to take a little bit of starch out of Moyer here from the top position.
Well, you know, it's kind of interesting. We have Dan Mashik, Coach of the Year for Don Bosco on one mat. His son, Tom Mashik, coaching for Louisa Muscatine. And you see the hand raised in that bottom, and he's jumping right there. He's real excited into Tom Mashik's arms. And that's their first state champion at Louisa Muscatine. Tom Mashik, son of the winningest coach in the history of the sport, Dan Mashik.
Break it, guys.
From Don Bosco, getting a state champion for L&M, Louisa Muscatine.
Not everybody could make it from Louisa Muscatine, but I guarantee you they're planning a little pep assembly here on Monday morning.
That's right, that's right. They'll come out there strong.
Chad Davis still in the top position. That's what he wants to do. I think he's a little bit bigger. I don't think Moyer is that a full 103 pounds here, and
just kind of overpowering,
and that's what you want to do if you're the larger athlete, is make the bottom man work a little bit more, and Chad Davis is certainly doing that. Notice how Davis is keeping weight over Moyer's hips, making it difficult for him to build up to his base.
Action!
A lot of pressure on him. He's making himself heavy. Is that one way to say it?
Now he comes out to a half on the far side. He's going to try to stack him up. A little bit high. Wasn't quite able to get it. Now Moyer coming up into a stand-up.
Very dominating second period there after he reversed him shortly into the second period, but the score is still only 2-0.
Here's the reversal here.
Okay, guys, here it is.
Works out here. Notice how he gets hip distance, okay? He gets hip distance. Now Keith Kuhl is going to call the 2 as he gets around behind, scores a 2-point reversal.
Up in the corner, the only match left there after the pin by the L&M wrestler, Nick Lee just went ahead with a takedown to be leading 6-5 with 1:30 left in the match. Nick Lee from Columbus Junction over Joe Ryder from Gilbertville, Don Bosco, 6-5 with 1.5 minutes left. It's still 2-0 here in the 3A feature match between Dominic Moyer and Chad Davis. Davis leading and trying to keep his record perfect as a sophomore.
Moyer gets his hips out here, does a good job of getting hip distance there, switches back in, gets reversal. He ties up the match now 2-2 with 1:20 left in the third period. And now we're going to those leg rides like we talked about earlier. He's good in this position. Now he's got the banana split technique here. This is tough. He's got to use his left leg here and sway back. Davis is in a bad position here.
And what's he need to do on top there, Moyer?
I tell you what, he's just got to use his left leg and stack him back here, and he's almost going to do it. One back point, one count right there. There's a 2 count. What a comeback.
Wow, and now I got 2 red.
2 red, now a reversal here for Davis.
So we've got a 4-4 match with 40 seconds left in the match. It's 4-4, all knotted up between Chad Davis from Lewis Central and Dominic Moyer from Oskaloosa.
And this favors Moyer if he can get his hips out here, scored a 1-point or 2-point reversal here, he'll be in control.
We got a wild one up in the corner too. Nick Lee just went ahead 10-8 with 30 seconds
Locked hands, Tim.
Whoa, locked hands with 18, 17, and
Chad Davis is going to get called for locked hands in the top position. Now he's going to give up a reversal, possibly.
No, but he's better. Now, can they score back points even if he had locked hands?
Yes.
Or do they stop?
Yes, as long as the advantage of the position favors Moyer.
Break it, guys.
Now he's going to call
1 red
on the technical violations. See, Davis was in the top position, and as long as Moyer was threatening to score there,
he sees it.
Yeah,
and that's it,
guys.
Dominic Moyer.
Leg man
a penalty point.
There you go.
Wins it for Dominic Moyer from Oskaloosa. Jason Christensen gets his first state championship with a point for locked hands to break a tie. Wow, Jim.
What an exciting match. You know, and Moyer was just about ready to get out and in order to stop the technique. Davis locked hands there. Official Keith Pullman was right on.
Here we are. We're at 1A, and there's 14 seconds left. The score is 10-8 in favor of the top man, Nick Lee from Columbus Junction.
Yep, now a roll through a scramble situation.
He gets the 2 right before the end.
What exciting matches.
Whoa, he gets 1. No, he doesn't get anything. Wow, that's exciting. We're going to overtime.
We're going to overtime. Are you ready?
Woo! Man, this is great.
So, Nick Lee from
Columbus
Junction. And Joe Reeder, Don Bosco. Don Bosco kids and Columbus Junction kids been here many times before.
Ryder and first takedown. Talk to us about this overtime, Jim.
I tell you what, it's the first guy. As they call it, sudden victory. The first guy to score here. Now we have Ritter moving around to the outside. Walking around to the outside. He's got to get his right leg free. He's going to score here.
Whoa, whoa.
Now Ritter is basically giving up position here. He's on both cheeks. They'll probably give him a little bit of reaction time here. Nick Lee, if he can cast across and get the second, he's get his right arm across the body.
Lee beats Ryder right there. Lee wins for Columbus Junction.
What excitement here.
Yes, it was. Very exciting.
Great match. 12-10 overtime decision.
Well, that's an outstanding way to start our evening. And we got a lot of great wrestling in front of us, Jim Gibbons. And so to recap that, Dominic Moyer from Oskaloosa wins in the 3A, and Joe Hantz brings Louisa Muscatine their first state championship by winning at 2A, and Nick Lee from Columbus Junction. There's Bill Plain in the white shirt there, and John Siegel in the blue and red stripe. The coaches, Bill Plain, the head coach, congratulating their newest state champion.
And that's a great thing about this event. I mean, you really get to see the true emotion after these fellows win their championships, and you know, the runner-ups and the emotion and
And we'll go to Dick Trotter now.
A new champion at 103 pounds in Class 2A, and it goes to a junior by the name of Joe Hantz of Louisa Muscatine. Here you see Hantz in the second period as he turned his opponent, Kellen Craver of Knoxville, in 2 minutes and 58 seconds. There you see a happy young man from Louisa Muscatine. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you, Dick. And those winners tonight are all very, very happy, but as Jim Gibbons said earlier, and it was rightly so, we've got winners all the way around, and even when you lose tonight, you're a winner. But the ones that'll be on top of the stands have a special joy tonight. Here at 3A at 112 is our featured match between Travis Paulson, another Lewis Central, Council Bluff Lewis Central wrestler, 40-1 record, versus Brian Hysenius from Lamar's.
And Hysenius is the returning state champion here. He won it last year at 103 pounds, and expect a wild match here because Hysenius has got great hips and loves to throw, and loves to throw in people in on his legs, and that's where Travis Paulson likes to be, is in on somebody's leg.
Our referee is Mike Exline. We saw him being inducted into the Officials Hall of Fame earlier in the opening ceremonies. There's the Lamar's man right there. That's the defending state champion, as Jim said, Brian Hysenius. And then Travis Paulson, who has a record of 40-1 from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central.
And these two athletes have met earlier in the season. The first match won by Hysenius here 16-6, and the second one won by Travis Paulson 10-1, so a lot of scoring.
And we're going to update the boxes right now. In the top box in 1A, we got Jesse Sundell from Ogden, 36-0, versus Keith Simmons, 43-0 from Sydney. Two undefeated wrestlers going for the state title up there in 1A on the red mat.
And there's a double leg attempt here by Travis Paulson on the 3A mat. Here, now you see those hips of Hysenius.
And you said it'd be wild, Jim.
And it is wild. It's a reversal. It's just going to be a reversal.
Makes the match 2-2, all knotted up after a takedown by Paulson and then a reversal by Hysenius. Let's set the 2A mat real fast there. It's also Trent Goodale from Osage versus J.D. Naig from Emmitsburg. Going at 2A, and the score is 2-0 in favor of the Osage wrestler, Trent Goodale.
Back to the 3A mat, we've got Hysenius here in the top position. He was warned for stalling on his feet, so he's certainly not stalling in the top position. He's being really offensive, and now Paulson does a good job of clearing his hips free. He's back in on a single leg here, but now you see a switch attempt. I think Paulson would just like to maybe get out, and he's going to reach across, get the far ankle here. If he can keep Hysenius on his rear, he's going to get the 2 points, and he does.
Really took away his power at the hip. They really grabbed those hips, didn't he?
Yep.
Watch your crossface.
Started with a little bit of hip separation on the sit-out here, so we'll see what Paulson likes to do here.
Time. Second period.
Well,
Green has a warning.
Nice double leg takedown here. He's got the head to the outside, steps across. Now you see the scrambling ability of Hysenius here. He's going to work and just whip him around here. Elevates with the leg through the crotch.
Stay steady.
Up there, gets a reversal of his own and almost takes Paulson to his back.
And as Jim said in the outset, it's going to be a wild one. And right now it's 4-2 in favor of Paulson from Council Bluffs. That's Brian Hysenius on top, starting the second period against Travis Paulson from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central.
And Hysenius is just harassing up at top. He tries to knock a person off his base. Now he's off to the side here. He's got a thread the needle type action. He's got a half and a
warning on red.
bar.
The down man. Warning on red.
Red. Okay, that's Paulson. He's been warned from underneath. I think he's just trying to ward off this tough pinning combination here. Hysenius gets way out in front.
Change. Red, you got the warning.
In 1A, the score is 4-0. In 1A, the score is 4-0 in favor of Keith Simmons from Sydney.
Red, blood time.
Two undefeated wrestlers.
Green over there.
Simmons leading 4-0 against Jesse Sundell from Ogden.
Got a little blood time here.
And in 2A, an update, it's still 2-0 in favor of Osage's Trent Goodale versus Emmitsburg's J.D. Naig.
We're in the second period over here on the 1A match, and that's two undefeated wrestlers here. Looks like Keith Simmons going out to a 6-2 lead here against Jesse Sundell from Ogden. Now Jesse was the state champion last year at 103. Back to Hysenius here in the top position against Travis Paulson from Lewis Central.
Tries to look kind of come out like a Granby type of finish.
And he just wants to try to separate his hips from Hysenius, and then come back through and reach for the far leg on the single leg attempt. He's naturally there, can't come around too high. He's got to be looking down for that far ankle, looking for Hysenius' right ankle. But look how comfortable Hysenius is in these positions. Wow. Hips in, gets back on top. I mean, he's in complete control there. It looks like he's out of position. really making Davis work in the top position. Now Cradle locked up, near side Cradle.
What's he need to do right here on top, Hesinius, to get the, well, he needs to keep it locked.
He needed to keep it locked and maybe bump him over to his right hip, but now he's in he's bad position here. Paulson, but look at Hesinius here. He's
Whoa! He's in trouble. He's in trouble.
He's got it tight, too. Now he's going to work into a headlock position.
Wow.
This is
whoa, 16 seconds left. Travis Paulson from Council Bluffs, Lewis Central, pins Brian Hesinius from Lamar's. Woo.
What a wild match here.
Yeah.
Gets the reversal, and Hesinius looked like he had Paulson in trouble there. Came back and got him on top, and that's that freestyle Greco-Roman headlock finish there that paid off. That's all that summer wrestling that Paulson does. And here we have it.
Wow, there's the move.
Trying to get, now he's got his arm across the body. Now look at, Hesinius is not in bad position. He arches through, almost gets it, but Paulson keeps his belt buckle facing the mat.
That was
the key. And look at that left leg sprawled out there. Now he sits through. He's going to finish it with the head and arm.
That's all about feel, isn't it?
It is.
He did a great job of feeling right where he was.
Right, and you see those shoulders are pretty flat there. Legitimate pin. Now here we're going.
We got another wild one at 1A. It's 8-6. Here's the coach's reaction.
Keith Massey.
Keith Massey. But we've got a wild one on 1A, and they just get a pin there. It was, wow.
Jesse Sundell here, trailing 8-6.
Pins Keith Simmons from Sydney.
That's going to be his second state title.
Two undefeated wrestlers. And Sundell comes from behind, pins Keith Simmons, and wins it all. His second, as Jim said, here's 2A, Emmitsburg versus Osage. The score is 9-1 in favor of the Osage wrestler, Trent Goodale.
This is Jeremiah Negg from Emmitsburg. Trent Goodale. 9-1 score here in favor of, looks like Goodale here. 30 seconds left in the period there.
There, Emmitsburg gets 2. That's his first takedown, and it's 9-3, but it's too little too late unless he can do what these other guys have done and throw them to their back.
Look for the big move. But Emmitsburg's program's coming along here. I'm going to tell you what, they've got only 2 seniors in their lineup, and they had an excellent performance here.
Out of 10 qualifiers they got 8 back next year. And you and I both remember the days when Emmitsburg ruled.
You're going to hear some names that you heard before. The second generation of Emmitsburg wrestlers are coming back. And there's another title for an Osage wrestler.
And they've had a lot of them over the years.
And what great representation they get here at the state tournament. I mean, there might only be, they got 3 in the finals today. But they'll fill up 1 or 2 sections here at the state finals.
Great tradition in Osage, and all around the north central area of Iowa, they've got great, rich tradition.
That's what it's all about.
The auditoriums. Presenting the Class 1A 103-pound awards, Assistant Coach John Siegel of Columbus Junction, Columbus. 6th place, Wade Saturn, Bode, Twin River Valley. 5th place, Mario Galanakis, Greenfield, Nottoway Valley. 4th place, Luke Four, Wapello. 3rd place, Richard Ewing, Moravia. Runner-up, Joe Ryder, Gilbertville, Don Bosco. And the Class 1A 103-pound champion from Columbus Junction, Columbus, Nick Lee.
Well, that's great. There's Nick Lee, and his assistant coach, John Siegel, gave him the medal, and that's because his assistant coach has known him since he was born and has brought him up through the kids program in the Morning Sun area, and they go to Columbus Junction High School, and so it's a sweet victory for the coach that has brought him along.
There's more than one winner in that weight class there. I don't know if a lot of people realize that Wade Saturn here was an amputee. Placed 6th place in the state tournament here. What a great deal.
Yeah, let's come back to that.
6th place, Grant Vanderheiden, Stewart, West Central. 5th place, Andre Avila, Davenport Assumption. 4th place, Justin Peterson, DeWitt Central. 3rd place, Chris Graves, Clarinda. Runner-up, Kellen Graber, Knoxville. And the Class 2A 103-pound champion from Louisa Muscatine-Letts, Joe Hans.
Well, Joe Hunt's the first state champion from Louisa Muscatine, and that's Tommy Mashik giving it to him. And like we said, his dad, the coach of the year, and so that's got to be a special feeling.
Well, now son knows what father was going through. That's pretty exciting, handing out those medals.
Presenting the Class 3A 103-pound awards, Coach Jason Christensen of Oskaloosa. 6th place, Riley Ball, Burlington. 5th place, Ryan Gatto, Epworth, Western Dubuque. 4th place, Anthony Watson, Waterloo East. 3rd place, Sullivan Bacom, Des Moines North. Runner-up, Chad Davis, Lewis Central, Council Bluffs. And the Class 3A 103-pound champion from Oskaloosa, Dominic Moyer.
Well, there you go again. That's what this tournament is, why it's so neat. Dean Board.
Jesse Sundell of Ogden was champion here last year at 103 pounds. Tonight, against Keith Simmons of Sydney, he trailed the entire match until he got a chin lock on Simmons with a minute and about 20 seconds left in the 3rd period. He was trailing 8-6 at that point. That chin lock, though, turned into a fall. He jumped into his coach's arms. His coach, I heard him say, "Jesse, the true mark of a champion is a champion comes back." Jesse Sundell, the champion at 112 pounds in single A. Dick Trotter.
All right, Dean, at 112 in AA competition, the sophomore Trent Goodell of Osage is the winner over J.D. Jeremiah Nag of Emmitsburg Armstrong, and the margin was 12-3. Here you see the finish. There was no question where the sophomore defeats the freshman 12-3, and Goodell will now have a chance to become a 3-time state finalist. Back to you, Tim.
Thank you very much, Dick and Dean. Of course, that first person that's jumping into the coach wasn't Jesse Sundell, but he jumped into his coach's arms too, didn't he, Jim?
Well, I tell you what, you may see him again here. They had Tyler Greaser, a teammate here, out there on the 1A mat at 119.
Well, in AAA, Ricky Pence versus Mark Hunsleben. I think I got that right.
That's right.
Ricky Pence from Cedar Rapids Prairie going up against Mark Hunsleben from Urbandale.
And here's a change. Urbandale has a red singlet on here. That's must be a thing for the finals here. Red singlet. They usually go in the blue, dark blue singlet. Doesn't look bad. Hunsleben, #1 ranked wrestler throughout the year, his weight class.
Boy, nice job by Ricky Pence putting that weight on him, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Does a good job of squaring up his hips. Now he's in a front headlock position here. Notice how they have that ankle here that almost looks potentially dangerous. So,
in our inserts.
Nice single leg. Coming up around the waist here. Puts the leg in here. That's 2 points.
Oh, we got a wild one right here. Look at this.
Not yet. Not yet. It's 2 red. Takedown.
Okay, that's 2 for Ricky Pence from Cedar Rapids Prairie. And then as we look at single leg up in the top box right there, we get Jeff Harrison from Solon Westwood versus Tyler Greaser from Ogden. Tyler Greaser from Ogden versus Jeff Harrison, and the score is Harrison 2, Greaser 0, as we have 24 seconds left in the first period. On AA, the box right below it, Adam Kramer from New Hampton, Larry Straw, the coach of the year from New Hampton, going up against Dustin Dunton from South Tama. Dunton undefeated, 43-0, and the score is 5-5 already in the first period with 20 seconds left between these 2 AA wrestlers, Kramer and Dunton.
You're down.
Wild match. But I tell you what, this match here on 3A, basically we're looking at 23 seconds left here. Ricky Pence in the top position. These 2 athletes met earlier in the Urbandale Invitational, and I don't think it took very long. I think Pence was pinned here by Hunsleben.
Was pinned, oh
yes.
Wow. And right now Pence turning the tables a bit, 2-0 with only 23 seconds left against the guy that pinned him at the Urbandale Championships.
And Hunsleben also has state tournament finals experience. He was a runner-up last year in the state tournament.
Gotta work there.
It has to mean something to have been here before, Jim.
Well, I think it does. I think, you know, the preparation, how you go through your warm-up, you've been through it before. You know, that Grand March is electrifying, and it's trying to find a way to take that energy and channel it into focusing on techniques out there on the mat.
And you were talking, you know, as a little guy, you got to go right back out there and wrestle. But these 170, 189 pounders, the way to warm up is a real important thing to learn, isn't it?
It really is, and I felt sorry for them because, you know, they also had to go back there and look at the 3-pounders, the 12-pounders, the 19-pounders, the runner-ups and the tiers and that, and you know, it affects you.
Well, that's why coaches make the big money. You know, they're get them ready.
I don't think they do. Not enough, anyway. So Huntslaben in the top position here. Pence is doing a great job here in this match. He's got a reversal here, did a good job of getting his hips out. Now he's back in the top position with those legs. Huntslaben with the roll through. A little headgear problem here going for Pence from the black uniform. We'll see how that affects him.
In the 2A match, the bottom box, it's 2-2 with 50 seconds left in the second period. And that's between Adam Kramer from New Hampton and Dustin Dunton from South Tama.
We'll get it. We'll get it.
I take that back. It's 6-5. It's 6-5 in favor of the South Tama wrestler over Adam Kramer from New Hampton. It's 2-2 at the 1A match with 50 seconds left in the second period between Harrison and Greaser.
58 seconds left here in the third period. There you see Wes Baum and Baron Hendrickson here. Used to wrestle for me at Iowa State, was a national or state champion at Clinton High School with Dan Knight. Pence is in the down position here. He gave up a reversal, so Huntslaben here. Almost looked like he was going to turn Pence. We'll see what he tries in the top position here. Say this, Tim, is as long as, you know, when you got pinned the time before, I guess the tempo of the match is definitely favoring Pence.
He's got things slowed down there a bit.
Huntslaben dropping in on an ankle.
Improve, man! Improve!
Referee asking for improvement. He wants Huntslaben to move up. Huntslaben in the red singlet. Wants him to move up.
Red singlet with the green band. It's the band that counts as far as what, on the scoreboard. And the scoreboard says red has 4. That is Bricky Pence. He's up 4-2 even though he's on the bottom.
And he's in the down position. We've got 20 seconds left here. They called that potentially dangerous.
It's the end of the second period in 2A. The score is 6-5 in favor of South Tama's Dunton over New Hampton's Kramer.
Cover!
Escape attempt here, sit out. And Huntslaben has got his ear in the hip pocket, so to speak, of Pence. He'll try to move up here, use the legs. Now he's got a spladle locked up here with the leg in, trying to use the banana split here. But got a lot of pressure.
Any more seconds and he might have been pinned. That was, wow.
That was awful tight.
Woo! He was splitting him bad. That had to hurt.
That did. And that takes a lot of pressure on the groin area.
Both ways.
If you look at the technique here, Huntslaben rolls through to his hips. And notice how he loads him right up on top of his hips. Now he scoots under and gets his right cheek on the mat. And that's what puts pressure on Pence. Split him off there and gets the 2 count with 2 seconds left in the match.
He got the 3 count. He got 3. Oh, he only got 2.
No, only got 2.
Still 6-5 with 1:24 left in the 2A match. And that's New Hampton wrestler Adam Kramer down, and he's on the bottom and he's behind. So some might say he has the advantage. All he has to do is score. But Dustin Dunton in 2A there has something to say about it. In 1A, the score is 9-2 in favor of Tyler Greaser from Ogden over Jeff Harrison from Solon Westwood with 40 seconds left in the match.
And Kramer got that escape here. So that tied it up 6-6.
You can see them on their feet there. It's all tied up 6-6, and all you have to do is see who gets the takedown.
Third period. Green down.
Bottom right screen.
The
There's the 3A standings, and City High has 1 wrestler in the finals. Decorah has 2 wrestlers in the finals. Lewis Central's gone up to 2nd place, but they don't have anybody left in the finals, I don't believe.
Yeah, they're done.
And so Decorah, the last 2 matches, 189 in heavyweight, if they pin both of them and Iowa City loses theirs, they're the state champions. So it's an exciting race there in 3A. Somebody score there in 3A right here. Nope.
Yep, one escape here for Hunsleben here, so he's going to go up 5-4.
Has he not given it yet?
Green, neutral.
Well,
there he did.
That took a while for the official to give it, yeah. Correct call.
Bob Aljo, the official.
Now we'll see if that riding here that Pence did in the early part of the match here does anything to tire Hunsleben out. Now a nice single leg attempt here by Hunsleben. He's driving across. He stays low on the leg. He's reaching across for the far ankle. Now Hunsleben's trying to get off the mat, which is really, you don't want to be heading off the mat because it makes it easier for him to finish. So we'll go ahead and award the 2 points, so he'll jump out 7-4.
Well, I misspoke earlier. Those that thought Greaser was ahead, he was not. Jeff Harrison wins from Solon Westwood over Tyler Greaser from Ogden for the championship to remain undefeated. Score 17-2 in favor of Jeff Harrison. Goes to 43-0. Tyler Greaser finishes a very respectable 33-5.
Here Hunsleben's got the leg in. Now he's working it back. He doesn't want to try to take that back, potentially dangerous, because he's milking the clock here. It's really counterproductive here to take that arm back.
And as we've got the timeout, there's 10 seconds left in the 2A match. No points. It looks like it's going to overtime. 6-6. And it will. It's going into overtime between New Hampton and South Tama.
Sudden victory. 2 minutes on the feet. Man who gets the takedown wins.
And Mark Hunsleben from Urbandale is ahead 7-4. Oh, now it's 7-6. So it's because of a reversal by Ricky Pence from Cedar Rapids Prairie.
That was a nice switch attempt here when Hunsleben had the leg in. So he's in the top position. Now Hunsleben reaches back. Tries a switch attempt of his own with the leg. Now the Prairie coaching staff looking for an escape. They wanted to let him up.
24 seconds left. It's 7-6.
The referee's been slow to call an escape here. That's certainly an escape.
Yes, he has. That's an escape. Bob Aljo's
got to hurry up.
No, that's not Bob. Who is that? That's Tom Moore. Tom Moore from Griswold. Just holding on. Is that stalling there when you're holding on to the arm?
It's either stalling or an escape. Now they want him to go ahead and use the international start. See, Hunsleben had the 2-on-1, so the only control there is by Hunsleben.
Well, we're going to have 2. New Hampton wins another state championship there as far as an individual. And Coach of the Year, Larry Straw, gets his first. And they've got 3 more to go in the finals.
Adam Kramer
wins it. Beats an undefeated Dustin Dutton from South Tama in overtime.
There's an escape given. Pence trying to work through the arms. Now he's going to come up. Hunsleben's got control here. They're going to call it right there. So Mark Hunsleben, 8-6 winner here. That's what it's all about. He's put all of his time in. He's avenged an earlier disappointment last year, runner-up. So he knows what it's like to be on both ends of this.
Well, again, exciting wrestling here as we finish the 119-pound championships in all 3 classes. Harrison from Westwood, Kramer from New Hampton, and Hunsleben from Urbandale, state champions. Here to watch this little backflip there. Do you think he's excited?
Yeah, here we go.
Okay, he pushes up, and now let's go to the award stand.
Into the auditorium. Presenting the Class 1A 112-pound awards, Coach Brian Reimers of Ogden. 6th place, Justin Whelan, Stanwood, North Cedar. 5th place, Jason Utter, Columbus Junction, Columbus. 4th place, Jake Klein, Wilton. 3rd place, Brian Frost, Gilbertville, Don Bosco. Runner-up, Keith Simmons, Sydney. And the Class 1A 112-pound champion from Ogden, Jesse Sundell.
There's Jesse, his coach Brian Reimers. And Nice performance by the Ogden Bulldogs here. They had 2 in the finals, and 2 fellas, Tyler Greaser and Jesse Sundell, live about 2 houses down from each other.
First and second in the state. That's pretty good neighborhood.
Presenting the Class 2A 112-pound awards, Coach Brent Jennings of Osage. 6th place, Nate Thompson, Glenwood. 5th place, Danny Barker, Davenport Assumption. 4th place, Ryan Thompson, Norwalk. 3rd place, Clint Manny, Winterset. Runner-up, Jeremiah Negg, Emmitsburg AR. And the Class 2A 112-pound champion from Osage, Trent Goodale.
As we talked, Osage, great traditions.
And it's Trent's birthday today. Happy birthday, Trent.
They got a card section up in the stands. That's pretty cool. And, you know, like you said, Osage brings some great ones, great fans.
Presenting the Class 3A 112-pound awards, Coach Keith Massey of Lewis Central Council Bluffs. 6th place, Zach Paulson, Cedar Rapids Kennedy. 5th place, Craig Smith, Dubuque Hempstead. 4th place, Nick Voss, Pleasant Valley. 3rd place, Nate Barnes, Iowa City City High. Runner-up, Brian Hesinius, Lamar's. And the Class 3A 112-pound champion from Lewis Central Council Bluffs, Travis Paulson.
Well, let's go to Dean Borg.
Jeff Harrison hadn't lost in 54 matches before coming into the championship match tonight against Tyler Greaser of Ogden. Jeff Harrison's from Sloan Westwood. Well, Jeff Harrison didn't lose tonight. In fact, he piled up 15 points in the second period, and in that 15-point advantage then scored a technical fall over Tyler Greaser. So Jeff Harrison is your champion at 119 in single A. Dick?
All right, Adam Kramer of New Hampton is the champion. Our first overtime match in Class 2A competition, as here you see him getting the takedown to win 8-6 over Dustin Dunton of South Tama in one of the more exciting matches we've seen so far this evening. 8-6, Kramer of New Hampton, the new state champion at 119. Back to you, Tim.
Well, thank you. And that New Hampton win inches them closer to the top spot. Davenport Assumption has 111.5 points. New Hampton has 106.5. New Hampton has 3 left in the finals. Assumption has 2. This is really going to go down to the wire. It's very exciting. We're at 3A now for our last televised featured match for 3A for a while between Cliff Moore from Dubuque Hempstead and Aaron Groves from Newton.
Cliff Moore, I tell you what, he's a hammer. He's a 2-time state champion. He came within an eyelash of already winning 3 state titles. As a freshman, he lost 4-3 in the state finals. So runner-up in 2 championship performances here, going against Aaron Groves and Coach Bill Reed in his first year at Newton.
Yeah, it's a contrast here in coaches. In Bill Reed's first year as a head coach, he's an exciting young man from Fort Dodge who's been at Roosevelt the last 5 years, and now he gets his big shot. And on the other side of it, Cliff Moore's trying to give Dan Dunham a great retirement gift. He's going out after being 34-year head coach at Dubuque Hempstead, 36 years in coaching. Dan Dunham, we salute you for all you've done for wrestling, and I'm sure that Cliff Moore would like to give you a great going-away present, but Aaron Groves would like to start things out right for Bill Reed.
Certainly would, and that's, I tell you what, Cliff Moore, he's got college potential written all over him here. He's signed a letter of intent to go to the University of Iowa, so we'll see a lot of him probably in the future here at public television here. Nice single leg attempt by Moore. Dump attempt, and just so physical.
In 1A, on the top box, we've got Tyson Christensen from Lennox, 40-5 record, versus Justin Helgeson from Lake Mills, 24-4. That's single A. In 2A, we've got Joe Havig from Osage, another Osage, 42-1 record, versus Cody Townsend from Bloomfield, Davis County, trying to become his school's first state champion. He's 43-3.
And what I like about Moore here, Cliff Moore, is he just works constantly forward here. He'll fit in real well to that Iowa wrestling room. constantly going forward, working a 2-on-1. He's made 2 or 3 shot attempts here. Doesn't look like he's doing a lot, but he's really working the head. Reaching up, climbing up on that 2-on-1 attempt, and there's another snap down attempt. Just got constant pressure on the guy. Now there's a cheap spin around here for 2.
Got the 2 points. You were speaking of him wrestling for Iowa and going to be on Iowa Public Television. Well, March 6th through the 21st, Iowa Public Television has their festival. There's the first takedown right here.
Now's a dump attempt. You notice how he's going to dump and just follow through. Just nice footwork there. Try to take him where the leg was up. Moore's always harassing you top, he tries to come up underneath in the armpits and suck his opponent back quite a bit.
Finish the thought on festival. Festival's the time that friends of public television can join back up or join the team for the first time. And if you like college wrestling, if you saw the earlier memories piece, or you're excited about somebody like Cliff Moore wrestling and seeing him on Iowa Public Television, join Friends of Public Television, and you'll have that opportunity between March 6th and the 21st with Iowa Public Television Festival. Be sure and tune in for real special programming and an opportunity to join the team.
What a resource that is, Iowa Public TV and wrestling. There's an escape attempt by Groves.
1A, the score is 2-1 in favor of Tyson Christensen from Lennox. There's Dan Dunham on the left right there. 36 years in coaching, 34 at Dubuque Hempstead.
Coached his grandson this year, was about 1 match away from making it to the state tournament, so he had a lot of gifts here this year. Had a chance to coach his grandson and walk out with 2 finalists and potentially a couple champions.
That's great. 1A, it's whoa, in 2A you're seeing something going on, and that's between Havoc and Townsend. And Havoc from Osage really has Townsend in trouble right now. He's, I mean, he's trying to pin him right there, and Townsend just get pinned. It's a 6-4 lead. Havoc from Osage pins Cody Townsend from Bloomfield, Davis County. And in 1A, the score is 2-1 in favor of Christensen from Lennox over Helgeson from Lake Mills.
And there's Cliff Moore. He just jumped out to a 6-2 lead here. He gets a little high out there. He's not afraid. He tries to work the upper body. Not really threatened if he gives up an escape. He's just so solid on his feet. I don't think he's given up a takedown here this year. Probably hasn't given up one in a couple of years. Notice what I like about Moore is even when he's in the top position, he's working the head. He's just putting a lot of pressure in keeping his opponent on his forehead. That pays off when they get back on their feet.
Red choice. Red, you're going down.
Now he's going to take the bottom position.
Okay. Set in the bottom. Okay, top man, cover.
The score is 6-2 in favor of the bottom man there, and that's
one red, both up.
Cliff
One
Moore,
red,
and he just makes it 7-2. He's from Dubuque Hempstead, 36-0, going for his 3rd state title against Aaron Groves from Newton.
Just putting nice, good pressure on it. Groves comes up.
Makes it 9-2, 2 more points.
Moore's back in on that leg, working the arms, and Groves is a good kid. He's had a great year this year, but he's going up against a buzzsaw who will definitely be going further in the
We're setting on this bottom. Let's go. Action down below.
furthering his career in college. I think we'll see quite a bit of him. That's what's great about tonight. We're making new stars here. We got to get a chance to see guys we'll see several times in the future here from some of the state schools.
When you came down here, when you were coaching at Iowa State, that must have been kind of nerve-wracking, trying to figure out who's who and who do you want, and I mean, with all the wrestling going on, that had to be a job.
Yeah, you really had to get by yourself so you could concentrate and watch all the action. So,
and then just to top, you know, this is just one state tournament. At Iowa State, you were recruiting nationally. I mean, what'd you do? How'd you figure out how to you know, cover all those state tournaments?
Well, you did, and you know, we figured that. I looked at the Iowa program, and they were getting most of their guys from in-state, and I felt that we had to get 70% of our talent from in-state or develop it, and we always made a commitment to that.
Yeah, that has to be something that Iowa State UNI having the resource of Iowa high school wrestling has to be something that a lot of other college programs salivate about.
Well, you mentioned that, Tim, and my philosophy was this: if we go after 12 guys in the senior class, and we try to get 8 of them on campus, and they didn't have to necessarily be state champions, but You give them a chance and let them know that they come to your school, and if they perform real well, they can get a scholarship. And we want to give an opportunity. And of those 8 guys, maybe 3 of them may not be there at the end. But of those 8 guys, maybe 2 might be All-Americans and 3 would be great workout partners.
Well, you're looking at the state champion for the 3rd year in a row, Cliff Moore from Dubuque Hempstead, wins easily. The score was 16-5, and he's a big winner. And you're listening to the expert commentary of Jim Gibbons. He knows what he's talking about. He won it 3 times here in Des Moines. He also was a national champion wrestler and a national champion coach at Iowa State. And you're hearing his commentary. We're going to 1A right now. The wrestlers, Tyson Christensen versus Justin Helgeson, and the score is 5-2 in favor of Christensen from Lennox over Lake Mills Helgeson.
Both athletes on their feet. Now it's a 5-2 score, 27 seconds left.
And Lake Mills in the, what looks like it's purple.
He's got to lift it, get up and get his points here. He's going to suck him back. He's going to go ahead and close the gap to 5-4.
And can he turn him? We've seen, whoa!
Stranger things have happened. Helgeson get a little bit high here.
Doesn't have enough time.
Looks like Christian's going to hold on for the title.
Tyson Christensen wins the title for Lennox. 5-4 on the single A mat. So Christensen from Lennox in 1A. Havoc from Osage in 2A. And Moore from Dubuque Hempstead in 3A are your 125-pound state champions.
Look at this reaction. It's just...
Let's go to the award stand now.
Presenting the Class 1A 119-pound awards, Coach Chad Shook of Sloan Westwood. 6th place, Alex Grunder, Wilton. 5th place, Brandon Benetham, Woodward Granger. 4th place, Dana Vogt, Bode, Twin River Valley. 3rd place, Heath Ropp, Mid Prairie Wellman. Runner-up, Tyler Greaser, Ogden. And the Class 1A 119-pound champion from Sloan Westwood, Jeff Harrison.
Undefeated right there, undefeated, 43-0 from Sloan Westwood, Jeff Harrison.
Presenting the Class 2A 119-pound awards, Coach Larry Straw of New Hampton. 6th place, Josh Atwell, Perry. 5th place, Kirk Artist, Glenwood. 4th place, Josh Watts, Davenport Assumption. 3rd place, Dave Dykey, Eddyville, Blakesburg. Runner-up, Dustin Dunton, Tama, South Tama County. And the Class 2A 119-pound champion from New Hampton, Adam Kramer.
Well, Adam Kramer, his coach, is a great story. Larry Straw had state champion at Mount Vernon and had a great program there, and then goes into private business, and I don't know, 18, 19 years later comes back to New Hampton, and he's coach of the year this year. He has a state champion. He's got 3 more in the finals. Thanks, Larry, for coming back to a great sport and making it even greater.
Presenting the Class 3A 119-pound awards, Coach Wes Bohm of Urbandale. 6th place, Merlin Weishire, Fairfield. 5th place, Mike Bager, Cedar Rapids, Jefferson. 4th place, Aaron Madison, Johnston. 3rd place, Trent Paulson, Lewis Central, Council Bluffs. Runner-up, Ricky Pence, Cedar Rapids, Prairie. And the Class 3A 119-pound champion from Urbandale, Mark Honsleben.
Let's go to Deanborg.
125 pounds, single A, Tyson Christensen of Lennox is the champion. He was 3rd here last year. He goes home a champion tonight. Decisioning 5-4, Justin Helgeson of Lake Mills. Dick?
Indeed, in 2A competition, your champion, Joe Havoc. It was a great match. He got a fall with 1 minute and 1 second left in the 2nd period. And we have a guest now who is, well, there you see Havig's fall. It was an exciting finish to that match, which was even up to that point. Right now, we want to talk to a young man from Dubuque Hempstead who wrestled 4 years and brought home 3 team titles. And his name, of course, is Cliff Moore. Cliff, how do you feel after your match tonight?
You know, I feel relieved, get it over with, and just get, the third one. People, expect you to win, so you want to go out there, just do your best, get the job done.
Looked like you didn't have any trouble out there by the size of the score.
No, I controlled him pretty good. I had trouble getting in on him. He was controlling my wrist a little bit, and I eventually wore him down, snapping and moving him around. Got around behind him a couple times.
All right, congratulations, Cliff Moore, a 3-time state champion from Dubuque Hempstead. Now back to you, Tim.
Hey, thanks a lot, and we're changed the rotation now. We're at television for single A, the red mat, doing J.J. Butters. There you saw it. We've gone 4 matches at 3A. Now we're going to start that 1A, 130 through 145, and then 2A, and then back to 3A for heavyweight. And here what we have is J.J. Butterus from Lisbon, and the red and black are in the black, mostly black uniform there, the red band, and then against Neil Vanderleest from Alman, North Polk Alman.
J.J. Buttress here comes from a pretty long list of buttresses here that wrestled for Lisbon. Remember his uncle, or I think his Uncle Bill, wrestled for Lisbon and trying to be one of the many Lisbon state champions here. That program's had a great history.
Yeah, they started. Al Baxter, who's at Buena Vista now, has started it all and had about 6 state championships there. And then along came Brad Smith, and now at City High, and we'll talk about that a little later. But the other matches, 2A on the top, 3A on the bottom, and 2A, Dylan Long from Creston, undefeated, 41-0, going against Tim Halligan from Independence. And in 3A, it's Matt Vasey from Des Moines Lincoln going up against Ryan Heim from Dubuque Hempstead, another one of Dan Dunham's boys.
J.J. Butters here got a headlock attempt here going. Not going to be able to score with it, but his proudest accomplishment here this season has been he spent 30 minutes or 30 seconds wrestling in the sectional and 1 minute wrestling in the district combined. Wow. Wow. I think he went to a headlock every time. Successful headlocks.
Up in 2A, the score is already 4-1 in favor of Dylan Long, undefeated from Creston, going up against Tim Halligan from Independence. Whoa.
Dylan Long up there is definitely a recruitable athlete.
There's your team standings. Columbus Junction with a win by Nick Lee goes to 72. They've got another wrestler in, Bondurant Farrar at 74. Underwood, the champions already. They can't be caught. They are single A state champions. Underwood.
And you can see how Jeremiah Buttress likes to get it going here. He's in a double overhook position here. He's looking for a headlock. Neil Vanderleest pops his head up. You probably expect him to throw, but basically a straight-on style. Vanderleest will certainly have to contend with his upper body through the course of the match.
3A, as we talked, there's another Hempstead wrestler, Ryan Heim, going against Matt Vasey from Des Moines Lincoln. And that's in the bottom box. Top box, it's 7-2 at the end of the first period, coming to the end of the first period in favor of Dylan Long from Creston.
There's a double leg attempt here by J.J. Buttress. He likes to come straight in. Now he lifts up, pops the hips in, gets the 2 points. I was going to mention about Vanderleest, Tim, is that he's trailing in the districts by 5 points. In the semifinals match, gets a fall and qualifies for the tournament.
And here he is.
Parlays it into a state finals performance.
That's why you wrestle to the end of the match. You never know what's going to happen.
So here's a headlock attempt. Both men. Vanderleest is looking to get out. They haven't awarded any points yet. Only 14 seconds left in the first period.
1, neutral. 3, neutral.
Good call on the escape. Referee Dennis McGrath.
Hempstead is trying to move up the ladder in 3A. They're at tied right now for 5th place, but if they would win another match there for Coach Dan Dunham, he'd go all the way up to 4th place and go ahead of both Prairie and Charles City.
J.J. Buttress goes with the international or optional starting position here and cuts Vanderleest here, so he wants to go on his feet.
It's Tim Johnson and Jim Gibbons coming at you from Veterans Auditorium, the site of the Iowa High School Wrestling Championships. And we're looking right now on the single A mat between J.J. Buttress from Lisbon, who just took his man down. That's Neil Vanderleest, just being taken down again by J.J. Buttress. And Buttress is up 4-2 with 1:15 left in the 2nd period.
And J.J. Buttress just likes to go straight forward. It was a nice 3-shot double leg. Scores a takedown here, jumps out 4-2. Vanderleest isn't through yet, though.
Neutral! Ring neutral!
Gets an escape that makes the score 4-3. 1 minute left in the 2nd period. Nice double leg attempt. Now watch how he tries to throws his shoulder after he gets Vanderleest slightly up in the air and then throws his shoulder into the midsection and scores the easy 2. Now, this is the first time we've seen Vanderleest get the tie he wants here. Underhook. Here.
There you see the score. Buttress in Lisbon ahead. 4-3.
There's those hips.
And it's going to be more.
Nice, beautiful head, double overthrow position. Just hipped over and got the throw. That's awful tight.
Whoa.
There's the fall.
Got the shoulder blades down. You might have seen a bit of the shoulder up, but all it takes is the shoulder blades to the mat. Buttress from Lisbon gives them another in their long line of state champions. Goes to 38-1 for the year with a pin over Neil Vanderleest from Almond, North Polk, Almond. And
true Lisbon fashion, too. They've always been great throwers there over at the Lisbon school. So there's his coach, Dean Happel,
who wrestled for, I think, both Baxter and Brad. He was right in that time right there, part of that great tradition, a 3-timer.
3-time state champion himself, so an exclusive club. So Vanderleest has nothing to be ashamed of. What a turnaround from last week. The end of that match where he was down 5-0, 9 seconds left, gets a fall, and takes it all the way to the state finals.
That's a great story. That's a great story. We're at going to 3A right now. Matt Vasey from Des Moines Lincoln, coached by Mike McGivern, versus Ryan Heim, 38-0 from Dubuque Hempstead. And the official on this mat was the official of the year this year, Doug Manley from Akron.
There it is, another takedown attempt here. Heim's out to a 7-0 lead. And that's been pretty dominant here. You know, I asked Coach Dunham what he felt like having a guy like Cliff Moore in the room, and he just said it's just like raising the level of expectations for everybody in that room. And that was a constant theme in talking to coaches today. They have successful athletes that won the state championship, and they weren't just trying to make themselves better and put themselves away in the corner, but they tried to raise the level of everybody. And here we see his teammate Heim, Ryan Heim, in the finals here too, and cruising to a championship.
Also cruising to a championship in 2A is Dylan Long from Creston. He's up 16-3 with 45 seconds left in the match over his opponent Tim Halligan from Independence.
And Dylan Long is coached by one of my favorite people, Rich Downing here. Does a great job at Creston here. Great guy in the community. Farms on the side, but it was a athlete who performed well for Creston. He volunteers his time as purely a community service thing, and he's done a great job. Has 2 finalists here today. And the same thing can be said about Dylan Long, about raising the level of expectations of everybody in the Creston program. Nice kid. And he's going to get recruited too. I tell you what, only time he's been scored on this year offensively was he's wrestling Marcus Durant from Tulsa Webster in the Mount Air duels. He's behind 5-3 and came back and won that match 9-5.
That's the only time he was scored on offensively?
Yeah.
Wow. Yep. Here we have the winner from Hempstead. Gives Dan Dunham a great going away present right there.
2 champions.
2 champions. Oh, that's great. Congratulations, Coach Dunham. Congratulations, Ryan Heim, 3A champion. Dylan Long, 2A champion. And J.J. Butteris, single A champion.
I don't know where they're from.
Let's go to the awards stand.
Presenting the Class 1A 125-pound awards, Assistant Coach Tom Christensen of Lenox. 6th place, Jim Miller, Bondurant Farrar. 5th place, Luke Piggott, Iota Grove, Battle Creek. 4th place, Andrew Bales, Liberty Center, Southeast Warren. 3rd place, Damon Bourne, Wilton. Runner-up, Justin Helgeson, Lake Mills. And the Class 1A 125-pound champion from Lenox, Tyson Christensen.
They're excited in the town of Lenox tonight. A state champion.
Swelling up with pride.
Yep.
Presenting the Class 2A 125-pound awards, Coach Brent Jennings of Osage. 6th place, Gabe Prescott, Aurelia. 5th place, Bart Miller, LaPorte City Union. 4th place, Jason Black, Glenwood. 3rd place, Taylor Wood, Sheraton. Runner-up, Cody Townsend, Bloomfield, Davis County. And the Class 2A 125-pound champion from Osage, Joe Havig.
Well, I looked back up there to see if the card section was still going, but I guess they just had birthday cards for Trent Goodale. But the Osage group stood up in big fashion there and gave Joe Havig a great cheer.
I think that Northeast Iowa 2A district had about 12 or 13 guys in the finals here, so nice to see.
Presenting the Class 3A 125-pound awards, Coach Dan Dunham of Dubuque Hempstead. 6th place, John Tucker, Ames. 5th place, John Luton, Johnston. 4th place, Adam Olson, Cedar Rapids Prairie. 3rd place, Dan Pearson, Iowa City, City High. Runner-up, Aaron Groves, Newton. And the Class 3A 125-pound champion from Dubuque Hempstead, Cliff Moore.
What a way to go out right there, right?
3 titles.
3 titles. Dan Dunham going out with 2 champions. Wow. Let's go to Dean Borg.
In AA, 130 pounds, it was deja vu in more ways than one. Dylan Long and Tim Halligan, Long from Creston, Halligan from Independence, met on the championship match last year. Long won. Same result this year, except a bigger result. That is 7-0 last year. This year, 21-4. A technical fall for Dylan Long of Preston, and he is the Class AA champion at 130 pounds. Tim?
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot. And that's Dylan Long, and Dylan is quite a young man, and he's brought Creston a lot of pride. And now we're getting ready for 135 pounds. Single A is our big match, and that's Eli Sanders from Columbus Junction versus Keith Payton from Wapsie Valley Fairbank. Columbus Junction in the hunt for trophies, and they could go to 2nd place with a win here in front of Bondurant Farrar.
Big match here because Bondurant Farrar has a finalist also.
Put a little pressure on them there. Columbus would like to do that. And,
hey guys, let's go.
Make them win that 2nd place trophy.
On the line, shake hands. Here we go.
Nobody can catch them for 2nd and 3rd. They're just fighting it out for 2nd and 3rd place right now. It's Columbus Junction in the blue there. It's Eli Sanders, 38-3 versus Keith Payton, 42-3 from Wapsie Valley. Rich Stillman from Emmitsburg. There's an Emmitsburg name, and
3-time state champion.
Probably has got a few kids going to be having in that program, and he's the official right there, Rich Stillman. These 3-time state champions, Jim, I mean, they can all join the broadcast team now because on college wrestling with Dan Gable and And now with yourself here in high school, 3-time state champions, we've raised the bar.
Well, I'm just tickled to death to be here.
Well, we're really glad to have you. The expert commentary of Jim Gibbons.
Eli Sanders here from Columbus Junction has a front headlock, kind of warding off Keith Payton from Wapsie Valley Fairbanks shots here. Looks like...
Hey, Jim, what is your favorite memory, your fondest memory of the high school state tournament?
Well, I think it's winning that first state title here as a sophomore. And I wrestled one of the toughest guys I ever wrestled in my life here, Dan Glenn. I went on to wrestle for the University of Iowa. And it was one of those unfortunate matches where one of those referees' decisions and overtime matches. But beating a fellow of that caliber, it was and just setting a goal and having it accomplished here, and you're basically about 15 years of age. I mean, it was just to set that goal like I set in 7th grade and have it come true 3 years later, and all the hard work putting it together. That's my fondest memory of the tournament.
How about from a family aspect? I mean, you know, I know your mom, Bee, is great support, and she's probably watching right now tonight, but 10 state
I hope she's babysitting my daughters here, so.
10 state championships between you and your brother Joe and Tim and Jeff.
Well, that was a beautiful thing, and you know, I guess I started it there with the first 3 titles, and then, you know, my brother Tim and I won it together, which was also a great memory. 98 and 105 back then for Ames, and then my brother doing. I think you get more nervous, and just as the fans here can appreciate, if you know somebody that's out here tonight, I mean, you're on pins and needles out there hoping that they do it. So, you know, my dad had high expectations for it. I thank God for that, and we were able to follow through, and we had great support from both parents.
That's great. It's a family affair, and right now in single A, it's still 0-0 at the end of the first period. We're starting the second period, and that's Columbus, Eli Sanders versus Wapsie Valley's Keith Payton. This is a good one. Columbus Sanders chooses down. And Keith Payton starts to ride here, and he'd like to turn him or do something to get some points.
Yeah, he's tough in the top position. He's working on that cross wrist ride here, which is usually buy you a little bit of time in the top position. That's something Jim Miller and I went over today in the and let it go here. But Jim, if you're watching at home there at Wartburg, don't let that one go.
In 2A, we've got Cole Pape from Maquoketa. 9th year in a row, Maquoketa has had a finalist. Jeff Tampier, the coach there. Ryan Utterbeck from New Hampton, his second one of Larry Straw's 4 finalists, and he's trying to make a run at the championship in 2A. That's Pape from Maquoketa versus Utterbeck from New Hampton, and the score is 2-2 with only a minute left in the second period. In 3A, David Brown from Lamarge, 41-0 versus Pat Ryle from Fort Dodge. And the score is 2-0 in favor of Brown from Lamarge.
Well, we've got a 1-0 score here. Eli Sanders here has got the 1-0 lead.
That's Bill Plain on the left, the head coach, Columbus Junction. John Siegel, longtime assistant, on the right.
You see Keith Payton in the black singlet here. Looks like he wants to touch and go. He's trying to bait into that single leg, trying to get Sanders to step forward with his right leg. It really wasn't quite there, so he shot. Now he's in a tough situation here. He's got his forehead on the mat, and Sanders does a great job of spinning around. You see that when Payton put his forehead on the mat here, it made it pretty easy for Sanders to spin around to get the points. So 31 seconds left second period here. The advantage here to Sanders.
Keep working, let's go.
Columbus Junction.
Choose it.
Trying to get their second champion and go into second place all alone ahead of Bondurant Farrar, who has another finalist left.
Here's the replay here. You can see how he stuffs the head, and Payton gets his head caught in the down position here, the forehead on the mat, and nothing usually good happens when you get that head planted on the mat.
Let's cover Red.
I think every coach in the history of the sport has said, don't let you put your head on the mat.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, Payton's a talented athlete here. If he can get the escape here, 7 seconds left. The points at the end of the period here are so critical.
That's where you separate the winners from the losers so often. Scoring on the edge of the mat, scoring at the end of periods.
That's right, and riding in the top position at the end of a period, I think,
Very
is
good
really
point,
important.
Jim. Very good point. Great job then by Sanders from Columbus, not letting that Peyton get a point there at the end of the second period. It's the start of the third period. It's 3-0 in favor of Sanders from Columbus Junction over Peyton from Wapsie Valley. In the other, in 2A, the score is 4-4 between Maquoketa's Cole Pate and New Hampton's Ryan Utterback. Minute 20 left in the match. In 3A, the score is 2-0 in favor of David Brown from Lamar's over Pat Ryle from Fort Dodge with about a minute 50 left in the match.
And there's a 1:30 left here, and Eli Sanders, Columbus Junction, has cut Keith Payton here. Makes it a 3-1 score. Payton on the offensive here. On the offense, got the underhook. He's giving up the underhook, correct that. And I think what Payton's trying to do is set up a free shot here. You see he leads with the right leg. He's trying to get that single going. Actually, he's trying to... You look at, he's trying to bait Sanders into stepping forward with that left leg, actually with his right leg. Trying to bait Sanders into stepping forward with Sanders' right leg. And Sanders is doing a great job of keeping that back. I wonder if they scouted that, Tim.
Well, I'll tell you what, they do a lot of work, that coaching staff from Columbus Junction, and it pays off.
Here we are in a tie-up position. There's the Payton circling left. Now he tries to get back in that leg. Sanders sees it coming. Only 43 seconds left. Now a nice duck under high crotch attempt. Right there at the edge of the mat, but they'll go off. 36 seconds left in the third.
There's Chris Davis on the right, the head coach of Wapsie Valley. And up in your 2A, it's 6-4, and the winner is Maquoketa's Cole Pate over New Hampton's Ryan Utterback.
And that's the ninth. That's the ninth finalist in a row ninth year that Maquoketa's had a finalist.
Goes to Juergens brothers.
And now Sanders has just been warned for Columbus Junction in the blue singlet. Now the hand fighting here that's going on. Elbow control here by Sanders. He sees those shots coming, and he's doing a good job of sprawling and squaring his hips. Now a duck under attempt here.
Whoa! That was close. That's too bad. He was in, and he was tight, and he's not going to win the match now.
Caution red! Caution red!
Not enough time.
2 seconds left.
Columbus Junction wins their second and goes into second place. And in 3A, box right there that you're looking at, there's 11 seconds left. David Brown having no problem right now. 5-0 over Pat Ryle. Looks like he's going to win the state championship. 3 seconds. He's riding there, and he does. That's David Brown. So we have Eli Sanders, 1A state champion at 135 from Columbus Junction. Cole Pate from Maquoketa, the 2A state champion, and David Brown from Lamar's, the 3A state champion at 135 pounds. Let's go to the award stand. See, you could see.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the award stand area at the east end of the auditorium. Presenting the Class 1A 130-pound awards, Coach Dean Happel of Lisbon. 6th place, Colby Larson, Guthrie Center. 5th place, Shane Clauser, Gilbert. 4th place, Jeremy Carnes, Audubon. 3rd place, Robert Swope, Oakland Riverside. Runner-up, Neil Vanderleest, Alleman North Post.
Back in.
And the Class 1A 130-pound champion from Lisbon, J.J. Butteris.
There we talked about Lisbon and their long line of champions there over the last 20-some years, and J.J. Butteris, just the latest. Dean Happel, the coach.
Presenting the Class 2A 130-pound awards, Coach Rich Downing of Preston. Sixth place, Quentin Moreno, Glenwood. Fifth place, Joe Hughes, Tama, South Tama County. Fourth place, Andy Gertz, New Hampton. Third place, Alex Brandenburg, Emmitsburg, AR. Runner-up, Tim Halligan, Independence. And the Class 2A 130-pound champion from Creston, Dylan Long.
Well, there's Rich Downing. You talk about him volunteering his time there, and you know, that's great reward. It's better than cash. And if a coach wants cash over a state champion, he's in it for the wrong reasons. I'll tell you that. That is
exactly
great
right.
reward, isn't it?
Yep, turning to gold. Making memories that'll last a lifetime there. Dylan Long winning his second state title.
Presenting the Class 3A 130-pound awards, Coach Dan Dunham of Dubuque Hempstead. Sixth place, Rob Holub, West Des Moines Valley. Fifth place, Matt Sharp, Cedar Falls. Fourth place, Joe Malson, Sioux City Heelan. Third place, Corey Connell, Iowa City, City High. Runner-up, Matt Basie, Des Moines Lincoln. And the Class 3A 130-pound champion from Dubuque Hempstead, Ryan Heim.
That's Heim and Moore, two state champions from Dubuque Hempstead for retiring Dan Dunham. And let's go to Dean Borg.
Tim, deja vu, 135 pounds, AA last year. Cole Pape decisioned Ryan Utterback in the semifinals. Well, did the same today. Cole Pape is the champion in AA. Cole Pape from Maquoketa, Utterback from New Hampton. Pape was trailing 4-3 going into the final period, but with a single leg drive, he had an escape first of all, then a single leg drive, 6-4. Cole Pape is the champion AA. Dick?
All right, Dean, in AAA competition at 135, David Brown of Lamar's has defeated Pat Ryle of Fort Dodge. A couple of cagey seniors. The score 5-0. Both grapplers received a warning for stalling in the third period, but Brown of Lamar's prevailed, and his record now goes to 42-0. Back to you, Tim.
Well, we're at 140 pounds, and Single A is our feature match between Justin Slabaugh from Guthrie Center and Joe Durick from Underwood. Slabaugh with 46-2 record, coached by Sean Danker. Durick with a 43-6 record, and coached by Louis Curtis from Underwood. They're the state champions. Boy, I'll tell you, Curtis has done a great job there at Underwood, leading them to a state championship in Single A, and now they're going to try to get their first state champion.
And this is a rubber match here, Tim. And these two athletes have met twice before, and you've got Durick won the first one last one 7-4, and then lost the first one 6-2. So best 2 out of 3 here for the state championship.
Well, another great match is in 2A, Jim. You talked about it earlier. Ryan Sturm from Emmitsburg is only a sophomore. He's going against John Garvin from Davenport Assumption, who's the defending state champion. His only loss is to Sturm earlier in the year in a dual meet. And Sturm is 47-0 and Garvin's 45-1. And then in AAA, Dan Reisner from Cedar Rapids Kennedy, 39-1, versus Philip Cleese from Burlington, coached by Mike Richard. Burlington had a great year this year, and they have a finalist here trying to get a state champion.
Not much action in the match here at 1A, the feature match. At this stage here, Justin Slabaugh, pretty good scrambler here, good athlete. He likes to work duck under type techniques, like with off the elbow tie. Durick is a little more traditional. Nice duck under attempt by Durick here from Underwood. He's going to go ahead and score the 2 points. That's big. When you get that first takedown, Tim, it's just like you exhale on the way down. It's just, okay, I'm relaxed. Okay, get back on my offense. Now I'm wrestling again, as opposed to being in the state tournament.
That's why, as a coach, you just really want you guys to open up, because it's the only way that you can get them going, you know. And sometimes young men have a hard time with that sometimes, especially when it's 10th in the finals. Whoa, there's a nice takedown.
Nice, duck under to one side, came back with a high crotch to the other. Beautiful technique series there. Slabaugh, good scrambler, is going to go ahead and go down here. There's only 11 seconds left in the first period, so pretty critical juncture in the mat. We'll see if Durick can go ahead and keep Slabaugh down. Ankle right off the whistle. Slabaugh looking to get his hips out in a switch position. Re-switched here by Durick now reaching up for a neck wrench. No time left here. That's pretty critical. Unanswered points here at the end of the period. Here's the high crotch attempt now. Reaches back to a duck under the other side. That's just beautiful technique. Went one direction, got Slayball reacting, came back to a duck.
Well, and it's good technique for young people who are out there, kids wrestling, watching. It's called chain wrestling. You're going one after the other and not just going in and saying, oh, I give up, you know, and go back.
Right. Durick fully expected that Slayball would counter that first move. Now in the top position. Slayball, Durick comes out, gets an escape here. He's out to a 5-1 lead, 140 left in the second period.
And in 2A, 2-0 in favor of the Assumption wrestler, the defending state champion, John Garvin. He's trying to, a little revenge on his mind. He lost 8-3 earlier in the year to this sophomore from Ryan Sturm from Emmitsburg. And in 3A, the score is 4-4 with a minute 15 left in the second period between Reisner from Kennedy and Cleese from Burlington.
And there's a single leg attempt here. He pops up here that Joe Durick has done a great job here. He's shown a single leg, a duck under, and a high crotch technique. He opts to let Slayball up again. So the score of the match now is, looks like 7-2 score.
Okay.
So 51 seconds left in the second period. Moving off to the edge of the mat, they'll start back in here in the center. And I'll tell you what, you got to be impressed here with the technique that Durick has put together here. Again, these wrestlers have wrestled twice. Now there's a stall warning on Slayball.
In 2A up there, Assumption wrestler John Garvin still ahead. He's had 3-0, and that's a big match for Assumption because that'll take him one step closer to a state championship. It won't lock it up for him, but it'll make it awful hard for New Hampton to catch him. And in 3A, it's Cleese from Burlington versus Reisner from Kennedy, and the score is still 4-4 with 12 seconds left in the second period.
So here we go here, 13 seconds left in the second. And all Slayball to this point, or excuse me, all Durick to this point. Tell you what, Guthrie Center has done a great job of bringing their program along. They had 5 medalists here, which is the most they've ever had. And I get an opportunity to follow them a little bit when I do the radio here. But Sean Darker, first-year coach, doing a heck of a job. Got the momentum going in his program. It's all Joe Durick here, 7-3.
Well, Durick's just one of 3 finalists for Underwood, I believe, and they've already got the single A championship locked up, and they have 3 finalists. Bondurant Farrar still has a finalist, and they could go into second place, but nobody can touch Underwood.
I'll tell you what a job the folks in Western Iowa have done to get their programs up. Now you look at Lamar's and Lewis Central, Council Bluffs, and Underwood. I mean, some of the club programs that they put together in the western part of the state have just really helped all their high school programs.
It's really brought parity where somebody might have said before, oh, Southwest Iowa, I hope that we draw somebody from there in the state because they don't wrestle, you know, this and that. That's a bunch of baloney now. I mean, there's parity and they are tough.
And there's a beautiful duck under attempt here about the 2-on-1 by Joe Durick, and he just really impresses me with his ability to go both sides.
Well, the 4-4 deadlock on AAA is been broken in a big way by Dan Reisner from Cedar Rapids Kennedy. He's jumped out to an 11-4 lead over Philip Cleese from Burlington with only 1:05 left in the match.
And this match is all Joe Durick here. 46 seconds left in the third. There's a nice single leg attempt that he did. He's going to go to the optional start. Great poised kids here from Underwood. They do a lot of work with their Golden Eagle Wrestling Club in the summertime.
Are you talking about them going to freestyle tournaments and things like that?
Well, they're just active, and you know, they're both these athletes are active in other sports too. You know, Slayball was a football player and participated in track also, so You know, I think when you get in the smaller schools, it's great to see those athletes. They participate in as many sports as they possibly can.
Yeah, the band and everything else, because they have to. They need the numbers, you know. And there's a lot of advantage to that. And as you said it, they're making a lot of memories.
Yep. That's what high school should be about. I mean, this is the best we have to offer here.
Revenge is going to be Garvin's up in 2A as Underwood's Joe Durick wins decisively 14-5 and gives Underwood their first state champion here this year. The state champion teams have a state champion individual. In 2A, John Garvin beats Ryan Sturm 3-0. It's a little revenge there for an earlier loss and gives Sturm his first loss of the year. He's only a sophomore. I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of him, Jim. And then Dan Reisner and Cleese in 3A has been completed, and Reisner is the state champion. Only one loss in the year, just picked up his 40th win. Cedar Rapids Kennedy has a state champion.
I never get tired of looking at that scene right there. Athletes, athletes and coaches hugging.
Let's go to the award stand.
To the award stand area at the east end of the auditorium. Presenting the Class 1A 135-pound awards, Coach Bill Plain of Columbus Junction, Columbus. 6th place, Tyler Jones, Lisbon. 5th place, Cody Koenig, Underwood. 4th place, Nathan Robinson, Rock Rapids, Central Lyon. 3rd place, Jeremiah Cusel, Bondurant Farrar. Runner-up, Keith Payton, Wapsie Valley Fairbank. And the Class 1A 135-pound champion from Columbus Junction, Columbus, Eli Sanders.
Well, each coach there, the head coach, Bill Plain, takes his turn after giving his assistant, John Siegel, a shot at hanging the gold medal around one of their Columbus Junction champions. That's Eli Sanders.
Presenting the Class 2A 135-pound awards, Coach Jeff Tampier of Macokota. 6th place, Jeff Wiley, West Liberty. 5th place, Mark Sturm, Emmitsburg, AR. 4th place, Brandon Eulenhoff, Parkersburg, Atherton. 3rd place, Ben Christensen, Glenwood. Runner-up, Ryan Utterback, New Hampton. And the Class 2A 135-pound champion from Macokota, Cole Pate.
Jeff Tampier's done a great job at Macokota the last decade. 9 years in a row having a champion or somebody in the finals.
Must have been fun coaching those Juergens boys.
Yes.
Presenting the Class 3A 135-pound awards, Coach Tom Smalley of Lamar's. 6th place, Jim Kennedy, Dubuque Senior. 5th place, Brandon Winky, Ames. 4th place, Johnny Galloway, Jr., Waterloo East. 3rd place, Justin Scott, Oskaloosa. Runner-up, Pat Ryle, Fort Dodge. And the Class 3A 135-pound champion from Lamar's, David Brown.
Tom Smiley has put in his time as a coach over the years, and congratulations to him. Let's go to Dick Trotter.
The 3A champion tonight is from Cedar Rapids Kennedy. Dan Reisner, the senior, taught the sophomore a lesson as he was very methodical in building up a lead of 4-2 and then 5-1, and went on to win by the margin of 11-5. And there you see a happy coach, Dennis Enoch, with Dan Reisner. Let's go to Dean.
Well, I've been saying deja vu tonight a couple of times. There's another word, it's revenge. Earlier, John Garvin of Davenport Assumption had lost to Ryan Sturm of Emmitsburg 8-3. Well, tonight he scored a takedown and an escape and decisioned Sturm 3-0. So John Garvin, Davenport Assumption, is the champion in AA at 140 pounds. Revenge, Tim.
Well, it certainly was, and it was sweet. And now we're at 145 pounds, and we're going to stick with single A for our featured match. Keith Clausen from Underwood, one of 4 finalists for Underwood, versus Chad Eberhardt from Dike, New Hartford. there's your team standings, and if New Hampton's going to overtake Davenport Assumption, they're going to have to win right here at 145 pounds. That's Corey Beckman from New Hampton, undefeated, probably favored over Paul Bradley from South Tama, and he can keep his team in the hunt. So the pressure's on.
This is a nice matchup here at 1A here. Keith Clausen from Underwood here's got a 47-3 record. He just watched one of his teammates win a state title here, so nice duck under high crotch attempt here. He's going to try to switch off to a double leg. Eberhardt's doing a nice job of blocking him off here. Clausen trying to get his head up here and get his hips up underneath him. Now they're working off. I'll tell you what, Eberhardt really did a nice job of squaring his hips and fighting off that attack. It's a pretty athletic move. So now it's Eberhardt's turn. Nice near arm far leg. Gets the 2 points. 1:10 left in the first. So he's off to a quick 2-0 lead. Dyke, New Hartford.
And I said Underwood had 4 finalists. They have 3 finalists, and this is the second of those 3 finalists. In 3A, Eric Weber from Dubuque Senior versus Walker Evans from Iowa City High. Iowa City High, that's their only finalist. If they win it, they win the state championship. The second one for Brad Smith, he'd be the only, the first coach, would he, Jim?
First coach to win it at 2 different schools, win 2 titles at 2 different schools. So
how many did he win at Lisbon?
Win 7 titles at Lisbon and 2 at Iowa City City High if he wins
here
today.
That's right, and this right here, he could win it. That's 3A.
And there's another single leg attempt, actually switched to a double here with Chad Eberhardt here. He's going to jump out 4-1, only 15 seconds left. Now his coach, Randy Dodd, says he hates to ride, but he's going to have to ride him here with 8 seconds left. We'll see how he looks like he's capable of doing it. At least he knows when to ride at the end of the period here. So 2 takedowns, and there's a double leg attempt here. He sweeps across, tries to trip with the leg, and notice how he lowers his hip elevation and continues to drive through.
Good point, Jim. He goes ahead 4-1 at the end of the first period. 4-1 lead for Eberhard over Clausen.
Eberhardt's going to go ahead and choose the down position. He's just a basic stand-up man, but he uses a nice switch attempt here. Did a good job of getting his hips out.
On 3A, Dubuque Seniors, Eric Weber is off to a 4-1 lead at the end of the first period over Iowa City High's Walker Evans. City High, it will be awful hard to be overtaken, win or lose here, but Decorah would have a chance in the last 2 matches of the night, 189 and heavyweight. Decorah has 2 wrestlers in the finals, and if they both pin, if City High loses here and they both pin, Decorah wins the state championship. So it will bring it down to the end if City High can't pull this one out.
The Decorah people are thinking pin by twins.
Pin by twins. That's exciting stuff.
I really like what Chad Eberhardt's doing here. 5-1 lead and just really got back on the offensive here. Snap around attempt. Now he's using a bow and arrow cradle here, as we call it. Got the head in the, had the head in the ribs here. Locked the cradle up. Now he's trying to work around.
What do you mean by bow and arrow cradle?
Well, basically, it's you got one arm on the head and one arm at the leg, and you use your head in the middle section and just bring it all together. Lock up the cradle, just like you're bringing a bow together.
And as you're cranking, if he doesn't go over, it's not a bad ride either, is it?
Great ride.
You're listening to the voice of Jim Gibbons, former Iowa State Cyclone national champion coach, Ames product, 3-time state champion right here in Vets Auditorium. And Tim Johnson bringing you the state championship here from Veterans Auditorium in Des Moines of the greatest wrestling tournament in the nation, the Iowa High School Wrestling Championships.
Without a doubt. I mean, the pageantry of this event, small towns that come out to support their wrestlers. This is what great things that we have about this state of Iowa here. It's something we always got to be proud of. Our tradition in the sport of wrestling.
In 2A, Beginning the third period, Corey Beckman from New Hampton is ahead of Paul Bradley from South Tama, 4-2. In 3A, Walker Evans is trailing. Walker Evans from Iowa City is trailing Eric Weber from Dubuque Senior, 6-2. That's Weber ahead, 6-2, with 1 period left there. And then with almost to the end of the second period on our featured match, there you're looking at Louis Curtis, the head coach at Underwood that Jim was talking about, done such a good job down there. And he sees his wrestler right now from Underwood behind 9-3. That's Chad Eberhard from Dyke, New Hartford, ahead 9-3 going into the third period.
Eberhard was a heck of an athlete here. He was their all-conference running back here, all-district running back, in their 2A runner-up football team. So he's also a baseball player, runs track. He's a great athlete, and this experience in wrestling is helping him for those type of sports too. I've had a chance to go out here, regardless of what sport he chooses later on, or if he chooses another sport. I mean,
there's Randy Dodd on the left there, excuse me, Jim, and Dyke New Hartford's coach.
Participate in this sport, I think, is just the best thing for these kids. I mean, great experience.
Five to 2 in 2A. Beckman's favor with 1:40 left.
Eberhard still staying on the attack. Double leg attempt. Keith Clausen's junior here. He's trying to look for something big. He already tried a headlock attempt. It was unsuccessful, but you know, at this stage here, Tim, team's already probably won a state championship team-wise. You're just going out there to try to get an individual title and throw the kitchen sink at it. Just do something to change up the pace here a little bit, and that's what he's doing here. He's giving a pretty game effort.
With only 45 seconds left, Dubuque Senior's Eric Weber is ahead 8-4 over Walker Evans from Iowa City. And Corey Beckman has given himself a little margin, taking down Bradley from South Tama to take his lead to 7-2 with 45 seconds left in that match in 2A.
And Clausen just jumped in on a high crotch attempt right at the edge of the mat. You saw where the toes were out. Good call. That's Clint Young on the whistle here. We haven't mentioned his name. Former coach of the year at Emmitsburg. State champion coach.
Yeah, he was at Grundy Center and then at Emmitsburg, and he was one of the great coaches when he decided to give that up. And I always appreciate those who come and put the pinstripes on, you know, and get out there and referee.
No question, it's a tough job. I mean, they've got to be animated and be correct on the calls all the time, and for the most part, they are.
You know, and if they really feel that they want to be out there, who better to have than a former wrestler and a coach blowing the whistle? In 3A, Dubuque Senior's Eric Weber helps out Decora's chances by beating Iowa City High's only finalist, Walker Evans. 8-4, I believe the score was.
I really liked Eric Weber when I watched him wrestle. Real smooth attack and great position, and he's got to be pretty happy with himself.
Well, we will not decide the 3A state championship now until at least 189. We're going down to the final 2 matches. That'll keep, I know you're all going to get up for church in the morning, but you're just going to have to stay up a little later tonight to find out everything going on here. And no better place to be than right here on Iowa Public Television for the state high school championships. And Corey Beckman's going to keep New Hampton in the hunt. There's Eberhard from Dyke, New Hampton, giving them a state champion, 9-5. And in 2A, right up there in the corner right there, we've got 10 seconds left, and New Hampton will stay in the hunt for a state championship with Corey Beckman's win here.
Staying in the hunt. And there's that New Hampton section. They're whooping it up. They're starting to sense it. Chad Eberhard there. Dyke New Hartford gets the big win. Goes from what a senior year he's had. He goes from being a runner-up state football performance to a state champion in wrestling.
Well, what we've got here is if Davenport Assumption loses their other finalist in 2A and New Hampton, you're looking at Coach Larry Shaw, and New Hampton gets a pin, they win the state. There's the awards.
Class 1A 140-pound awards, Coach Louis Curtis of Underwood. Sixth place, Rick Delagardelle, Gilbertville, Don Bosco. Fifth place, Joshua Peterson, Mapleton, Maple Valley. Fourth place, Andy Hoback, Columbus Junction, Columbus. Third place, Kurt Nelson, Nashua, Plainfield. Runner-up, Justin Slaybaugh, Guthrie Center. And the Class 1A 140-pound champion from Underwood, Joe Durick.
Congratulations to a great program there at Underwood, winning the state championship.
Presenting the Class 2A 140-pound awards, Coach Wade King of Davenport Assumption. Sixth place, David Weiss, Harlan Community. Fifth place, Justin Weber, Independence. Fourth place, Corey Wilkins, Tama, South Tama County. Third place, Keith Pearl, West Liberty. Runner-up, Ryan Sturm, Emmitsburg AR. And the Class 2A 140-pound champion from Davenport Assumption, Wade King. John Garvin.
Yeah, that's John Garvin. Wade King's his coach there, and done a great job at Davenport Assumption. Got credit for winning the championship there, but hung the gold medal around his young wrestler there, and they're close to winning a state championship, but they haven't got it locked up.
Presenting the Class 3A 140-pound awards, Coach Dennis Heenick, Cedar Rapids, Kennedy. Sixth place, Bill Edwards, Des Moines, Lincoln. Fifth place, Tyler Watkinson, Cedar Rapids, Prairie. Fourth place, Tom Aarons, Fort Dodge. Third place, Nick Blanchard, Council Bluffs, TJ. Runner-up, Philip Cleese, Burlington. And the Class 3A 140-pound champion from Cedar Rapids, Kennedy, Dan Reesner.
Cedar Rapids, Kennedy gets a state champion, and we'll go to Dick Trotter.
All right, at 145 pounds, your state champion is Eric Weber of Dubuque Senior, as he defeats Walker Evans of Iowa City 8-4. It only took 4 takedowns to do the trick. Now let's go to Dean.
Yes, and Corey Beckman produced another champion for Larry Straw of New Hampton. Corey Beckman, champion here last year, repeated this year in AA at 145 pounds. There Coach Larry Straw is there, now hugging his champion. Corey Beckman decisioning Paul Bradley of South Tama 7-2. Well, here's with me now is Louis Curtis, who, congratulations on the team championship in single A.
Thank you. We're very proud of our kids, and they did a great job today.
What does it take? What's the ingredient?
Well, we believe it's just all hard work. You know, we have a lot of kids who do a lot of off-season wrestling and work their tails off in the practice room, and, you know, that's just what we believe it takes.
Do you start them young?
Yeah, we have a great little kids program, have a lot of community support. A lot of our dads and moms come and help, and that's, you know, that's what it's all about.
Congratulations, Coach Curtis. Back to you, Tim.
Well, let's look at this moment right here that Louis Curtis was talking about. It's all worth it right there. The hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, Jim.
Boy, I tell you what, that's exactly, when he says his kids wrestle in the summertime, that means he's there with them in the summertime and puts in a lot more than, you know, than the average guy into that program, and they do it because they love it. I spent a little bit of time with Louis this afternoon. What a nice man.
Well, we've switched to 2A now as our featured matches. We're on the home stretch right here, 2A. The next 4 matches, we're at 152. Andrew Hayes from Creston, and the red band there going against Nick Thurn from Mount Vernon. Here's the rotation. We've been through 2 lines there, and now 2A is the returning 2A champion, Andrew Hayes. Is that right? From Creston? No? No. Andrew Hayes from Creston going against Nick Thurn from Mount Vernon. Mount Vernon trying to get their first state champion since 1987 when Tracy Allen won for them. And Nick Thurn, here he is in the finals, trying to do it for him.
Andrew Hayes is a pretty strong athlete. He's the younger brother. His older brother, Jake Hayes, is a state finalist here for Creston. Also finished 3rd place. Really high-ranked wrestler.
had the opportunity to watch him wrestle a few times, and really strong physical guy.
Whoa,
Here he is into a bear hug.
You got it right. Strong physical guy.
Yep, nice duck under attempt there, and now he goes right back into basically a leg ride here, looking for the outside cradle. So nice technique there by Andrew Hayes.
Thurn was behind by about 4 points with about 15 seconds left or so in his semifinal match. Came back, cradled up his man, and pinned him to go into the finals. So, just like you said, anything can happen. In 1A, we've got Seth Evans from Lenox going up against Curtis Williamson from Eagle Grove. And in 3A, we have Richard Schrader from Lamar's versus Brandon Lyons from Charles City.
Brandon Lyons, quite a story here. The number 7 seed coming out of the district, and they seed eight kids. Makes it to the state finals. 10 losses on the season.
Well, he's from Jamaica, and I guess he went home to Jamaica, back to the home country for a couple of weeks and got a little out of shape. He's got 10 losses, and here he is just running through the field, Jim.
Yeah, great. I tell you what, he's a talented athlete. He's only in his second year wrestling. Andrew Hayes here. Wrestling Nick Thurn. Thurn's given up this double overhook tie. He's got the underhooks now. Wrist right tries to drop down into an ankle pick here. Hayes is doing a good job of controlling ties. Now Thurn has the advantage, looking for an ankle pick, but not much real estate to work with there as they go off the edge with 7 seconds left in the first. Rich Downing.
On the left there, Creston's coach already has one state champion in his hip pocket. Now he's looking for a second one.
Like a trade, man.
There's a 2A state team champion race. Davenport Assumption has 1 wrestler left. They lead. New Hampton has 1 wrestler left. They're second. If New Hampton pins, they get 6 points. So that means if Assumption loses their match and New Hampton pins, they will be the champions.
Some great team races this year.
We're going to see New Hampton in a featured match at 171.
Stalemate call there on the start. 8 seconds into the period. Spiral right attempt by Hayes.
And I take that back about Assumption have another one left. They do not. And so that means it's all down to the one match at 171. New Hampton, if they can pin, they can win. If they don't, Assumption wins the championship.
They're going to call a stall warning, or now they're going to call 1 point.
Blood on the mat also.
Blood on the mat also, so they're going to take a little break here for injury time.
In 1A, the score is 2-0 in favor of Curtis Williamson from Eagle Grove. With a minute left in the second period, he's ahead of Seth Evans from Lenox. And in 3A, the score is 4-3 in favor of Brandon Lyons. That story we were talking about, his record's 22-10, second year of wrestling.
Okay, man.
He's leading Richard Schrader from Lamar's 4-3 with 45 seconds left in the second period. We're looking at Nick Thurn from Mount Vernon on the bottom, being ridden by Andrew Hayes from Creston, and Hayes is ahead 2-1 with a minute 20 left in the second period.
And the Creston wrestlers are really physical kids. I mean, they get out there and try to ride hard, and really I'm surprised by the amount of riding here that and it's not just riding, I guess it's aggressive riding. He's putting his weight on the mat and trying to work for wrist ties. Now he locks up a cradle here. So Andrew Hayes trying to be aggressive in the top position here. Nick Thurn trying to get some separation here.
Woo. We got some action going.
Some explosive move back in. Now Hayes hanging on the ankle here. Let's see if he tries to drive forward. Comes up into a stand-up situation as Thurn. Thurn's got a good sequence underneath there, trying to get his hips out, but
Vance Light on the left there from Mount Vernon, in his 6th year as the head coach there, and quite a wrestler himself. He was a 2-time state champion and a runner-up 3 times. He himself found himself in the finals. He was there as a freshman, as a runner-up, and then his junior and senior year he won it for Lisbon. Now he's a mile over on the other side, coaching Mount Vernon.
The Twin Cities, Lisbon and Mount Vernon. So nice head lever attempt here, working on the outer 2/3 edge of the mat. Working in a 360 motion there. Referee's doing a good job of seeing that's potentially dangerous here, but Hayes is in kind of no man's land here. 10 seconds left. He's got to try to ride him out here. Nick Thurn trying to back in, turn in. The disadvantage of that, I think, sometimes is that you saw that in that angle there that Hayes had a good chance of looking at the clock there. Sometimes that's not what you want to do to distract your attention.
There's Van Slyke right there, the head coach, Mount Vernon Mustangs, and talking to Nick Thurn, trying to become Mount Vernon's first state champion in 12 years.
Vance has an opportunity to coach here during the timeout here. You've got, I wouldn't be surprised from the top position if he tries to, well, Hayes is going to choose the neutral position here, so he'll have an opportunity to work on the feet. A little bit of a surprise there.
1A with 7 seconds left in the second period. It's 2-1 in favor of Curtis Williamson from Eagle Grove over Evans from Lennox.
Nice single leg attempt by Thurn, and just walks right. Andrew Hayes basically walks right back over Thurn.
Gets the 2 points takedown to make the score 4-1 in favor of Hayes over Thurn.
So I don't expect Hayes to probably do too much riding here. Going to buy a little bit of time. Nice hip over attempt, or sit out attempt by Thurn, but it's countered very well. Limped out by Hayes. Now he's going into a front quarter Nelson. Kind of a half-hearted attempt at riding there. It's going to work back from the feet. It's up to Thurn now to be aggressive. Nice ankle pick attempt. Now he leaves the now notice how he pushes that head down, changes directions now. Goes right.
Whoa, he's got him caught. Nope. Thurn comes out. There should be no points. Whoa.
They're going to call a 2-point takedown there.
Okay. He came around for the takedown.
Now they're going to call another 2-point takedown here, so I think he got...
Did they give him 2 and 2?
Yeah.
That's one of those calls that...
2-point takedown and back points there. It was awful close. But, you know, it was one of those situations where the official was right there to see it, so...
Here we go.
Here's the nice whip over attempt. Notice how he has that ankle locked. 1, 2. Yeah, I think that was a 2 count, and you saw the official was right there, so...
Good point. That was very good by you, Jim, of showing how he had the ankle. He had him stopped. He had him controlled. It was very unorthodox, but he did have the 2 points, and if he had the 2 points takedown, he had the 2 points back point. So it was close and well done by the official, and you made the good point. There's 10, 12,000 people here tonight, and all of them think they can see it better than the referee, and he's 1 foot away from
I know.
him.
Yeah, that's exactly it. I felt that way when I was in the corner.
I did too.
So
I didn't have the replay, the advantage of it either.
Robert Bream, the official there, was right there. And that was just maybe just Thurn's disadvantage, but 3 seconds left, 2 seconds left. Nice job.
And we're going to get their second.
OT here on mat 3 now.
Oh, yeah, that's 3A right there. We've got an overtime, and here we go. And that's Brandon Lyons and Richard Schrader. Schrader from Lamar's and Lyons from Charles City.
2 state champions for Preston High School, Andrew Hayes and Dylan Long. That's a happy camper.
Here we go to 3A.
What a great job by Rich Downing there. Great job with that Preston program.
Well, in 3, there we go.
We're now at 3A here.
Sudden victory.
Brandon Lyons here. One heck of an athlete. And like I said, a native from Jamaica. His father's, I suppose, a native Jamaican. Orthopedic surgeon there in Charles City. My brother, Tim Gibbons, the orthopod from Mason City, knows him pretty well.
Well, he's got great hips and legs. I noticed in the semifinals. It's just, you think you're in on him, and you don't have him.
Nice big legs, good flexibility. Keeps good position. Richard Schrader from Lamar's. 3 Lamar's finalists here. Now a single leg attempt. Countered very well by Schrader. He's got to scoop the leg up. He's got him on his side here.
No, and the referee says he does not have 2 yet.
Gonna roll it through.
And he does not have 2 yet. Whoa! Talk about, wow.
And I'm gonna tell you
that's what I'm telling you about. That you think you have him, and you don't.
That was great athletic ability here by Lyons' part, and a good job by Schrader in putting him in jeopardy. That's what it's all about, boys. 2 overtime sudden victory situation here for the state championship.
You see the clock behind him, 51 seconds left in the overtime period. And if they don't score here, they go to the flip of the coin. There's overtime on the other match right up there, the red mat there, 1A, it's overtime. It's 2-2, Seth Evans from Lennox and Curtis Williamson from Eagle Grove. And here's another attempt for a takedown by Schrader.
And he's got it close. He's got both cheeks on the mat. Here, no points yet. Now they're going to score the 2, and that was 2 points there. So great job by Richard Schrader from Lamar's here to get the 2-point takedown. But what a season for Brandon Lyons. 2 years into the sport, reaching the state finals.
You bet. What a 1 week, 8-day period there, like you said, going from 7th seed in the district to 2nd. And there's Tom Smalley, the coach of Lamar's, with a state champion. Now we're in 1A in overtime with 120, or with a minute 20 left in the first overtime period. It's 2-2.
And that's Curtis Williamson from Eagle Grove, and I was impressed with Curtis when I saw him. Keeps nice low position. He's in the purple singlet there, and he's going against Seth Evans from Lennox. 2-2 score. Ear to ear. I never liked that position, Tim. Ear to ear, you know, the guy can feel exactly what you're doing because you're that close to him.
Or are you more touch and go?
Touch and go, work off the inside bicep or forehead to forehead. Give yourself a little bit of space.
Well, the coach of Eagle Grove certainly knew. Whoa! Dave Morgan, the coach at Eagle Grove, was a three-time state champion from Eagle Grove, and he gets a little excited as a coach.
Yeah. Good coach doing a good job.
He knows what it takes. Gene Luttrell out there as the
former also coach of the year. Gene Luttrell had a state championship team in New Hampton. 39 seconds left. Sudden victory. Now, if there's no scoring here, we flip the coin, they go to the referee's position, and it's just like the rodeo. If you can ride them for the 30 seconds, you win. If you get out, you win. Nice double leg attempt here by Seth Williams. Lennox, athlete here.
20 seconds, 2-2 the score. We're looking for a takedown for a state champion.
Both athletes are just kind of getting these techniques started in the outer two-thirds of the match. Now, Williamson has a chance of scoring here. Evans doing a good job of squaring. Now he's in with the whizzer. And not enough time to score the technique. So now they'll flip the coin, and what do we have? Williams' choice. He chose the top position.
He chose the top, and you know, if you look at the research, I think it's about 50-50.
Yeah, it is, and it maybe even favors the top guy.
But I wonder if the research would show that 50% of them choose top.
Yeah, that's true.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
He knew what he would do. Here he is.
And he's doing a great job.
Oh, he's got him broke. He's got him where he wants him, doesn't he, Jim?
He may get back points off of it, which will end it right here.
They got to be ready.
He's in jeopardy, so you can't call a stalemate there. The only chance he has is if he gets the hips out, gets a little separation. Whoa. They're going to call that potentially dangerous. Now we only got 5 seconds left. Chance to get a new start.
They call a false start.
Yeah, outside official comes in and calls a caution on the bottom man. And why not? You have a free one, Tim.
Yeah. Now, do you put 2 seconds back on the clock? Yes, I think you do. If that's a caution, you can't take time off.
And what they'll do is wait a 2 count and then start the clock. And that's the outside match judge official's job, is to watch the clock and also watch for starting positions. And his job to watch the clock. Saw the outside official come in and correct the starting position.
And Eagle Grove wins the state championship.
Another one of many.
There's Dave Morgan on the right there in the tweed coat, getting ready to congratulate his champion.
Super job.
Workmanlike fashion right there. Williamson, the state champion for 1A at 152.
And here's the situation here, the last few seconds. Trying to get his hips out here. Seth Evans, just not enough time to get anything going in a nice
Let's go to the awards.
The Class 1A 145
Dave Morgan on your right.
Coach Randy Dodd of Dyke, New Hartford. 6th place, Zach Henrich, Kingsley Pearson. 5th place, Paul Lindley, Central City. 4th place, Heston Johnson, Jewel, South Hamilton. 3rd place, Tim Corey, Bondurant Farrar. Runner-up, Keith Clausen, Underwood. And the Class 1A 145-pound champion from Dyke, New Hartford, Chad Eberhardt. Presenting the Class 2A 145-pound awards, Coach Larry Straw of New Hampton. 6th place, Matt Schmaling, Spirit Lake Park. 5th place, Alex Morf, Mount Vernon. 4th place, Joe Bradley, Davenport Assumption. 3rd place, Tyler McGinnis, Shenandoah. Runner-up, Paul Bradley, Tama, South Tama County. And the Class 2A 145-pound champion from New Hampton, Corey Beckman.
Remember, we've got a race with New Hampton and Assumption. New Hampton gets the last shot. It's got to be a big one, though.
Great matches here. Great matches. Team races.
Presenting the Class 3A 145-pound awards, Coach Tim Hale of Dubuque Senior. 6th place, Greg Gallo, Fort Dodge. 5th place, Blake Anderson, Lewis Central, Council Bluffs. 4th place, Rob Lawler, Bettendorf. 3rd place, Dustin Rowland, Des Moines Lincoln. Runner-up, Walker Evans, Iowa City, City High. And the Class 3A 145-pound champion from Dubuque Senior, Eric Weber.
Well, Dubuque has won their share tonight. Dubuque Hempstead twice, Dubuque Senior. Dubuque is very proud. We pause a moment now so that our program underwriters can be recognized for their support of Iowa Public Television's high school wrestling coverage.
Funding for the 1999 Iowa High School Wrestling Championships has been provided by Friends of Iowa Public Television. By your locally owned Medicap Pharmacy, delivering personal care and all your pharmacy needs from 52 Iowa locations. By the Independent Insurance Agents of Iowa, dedicated to serving the insurance needs of Iowa's families and businesses. By the Iowa Association of Independent Colleges and Universities and the Iowa College Foundation, presenting Iowa Private College Week, August 2nd through 6th, 1999. And by Allied Group Insurance, proud to be a supporter of Iowa's outstanding student athletes.
Okay, here we go with 2A again, a featured match. Mike Lester from Clear Lake, 38-1, going against Mike Kennedy, 42-1 from Monticello. Monticello trying to get their first state champion too. Mike Kennedy trying to be the first of Monticello High state champion.
And these are two good-looking athletes, Tim. I mean, there's nice single-leg attempt. And a nice roll through, kind of a switch.
He wanted too much. The
Yes,
Monticello
he did.
kid did.
Yep, went for the big
Kennedy,
move.
yes.
Right, Tim. Went for the big move.
Because he was sure in there on a nice single leg, and now it's 2-0.
Mike Lester's got it hooked up. Almost had that spladle attempt there, but doing a good job of wrist riding here, but hit it right on the head. Kennedy was in a nice single leg attempt and tried to come up with a big move, and Lester took advantage of it.
In 1A on the red mat up there in the corner, Blue Wall, the winningest wrestler in the history of the sport of wrestling in Iowa High School. From Underwood, he's 51-0. He's also got the record for the most wins in a season.
Unbelievable amount of matches.
Yeah, and he's going up against Jacob Feuerbach from Belle Plaine. And in 3A, Drew Kelly from Charles City, undefeated, going against Waterloo West Kenyatta Carter. But right here on 2A, we see Gene Luttrell again.
Yep, good official. And here we go, Mike Lester, a real solid pinner, does a good job with the bar arms, near wrist ride. So he's riding in the crotch there. Mike Kennedy's trying to build up to a base here. Now we got an outside cradle attempt here by Lester. Excuse me, by Kennedy. And Kennedy's trying to work kind of into a fireman situation to get out from underneath, but he's trying to get his head up. They're going to call it a stalemate.
This way, Red. This way.
There's Gary Weber on the left right there. Gary Weber's the head coach for Clear Lake. Mike Lester's coach. Lester's 38-1, going up against Mike Kennedy from Monticello, who's also only have one loss, 42-1.
Lester really knows how to put weight on. Now he's working with a chicken wing on the outside. He's going to break him down. He realizes he's only got a few seconds left to ride here, but that's a big thing, Tim, when you can ride a guy out the whole period with a takedown. Now he's going to change the tempo of the match and go down. I like that decision too. Now don't defer, go right back down, change the tempo of the match like you've been doing all that riding.
Whoa! Looks like Drew Kelly from Charles City picks up a championship real fast with a pin in the first period. Drew Kelly, a state champion, undefeated.
3 titles for Drew Kelly.
3 titles, beats Kenyatta Carter. You see there, giving the champion a hug with a pin in the first period.
And Drew will be going on to UNI. He signed a letter of intent for baseball and wrestling.
Quite an athlete.
You bet. I guess he's a pretty good pitcher. A lot of multi-sport athletes here represented in the finals.
Well, I'll tell you, I mean, they've got some role models in the last decade or so in the pros. You see the Bows and the Dion's and some others that truly are proving that if you want to do it, you can do it.
And how about the guys from Iowa? How about Chad Hennings here? Played for the Dallas Cowboys here, was a state champion here in the state of Iowa.
Improve on top, improve.
Mike Kennedy doing what he can here, working on the near wrist ride here. Whoa, see how Lester bowls back into him here. Just at the edge of the mat, kind of catches him back on his haunches here and gets the 2-point reversal. You watch it, he's just forcing back. Now watch how he gets back on his haunches and just comes back and blows back into a explosive whip-over attempt to get the reversal.
Well, if you've got the hands controlled, you can do about anything. It doesn't have to look pretty, but you've got control, don't you?
That's right. It's a matter of getting hip separation at that point. And Lester, real tough in the top position. Does a great job, and he's riding on the right-hand side, and that tends to be the weak side, Tim, for a lot of people, is that right-hand side. Always wanted my guys to learn how to ride on both sides pretty well, particularly from the right-hand side, because I don't think enough guys work in the bottom position trying to get out from the right side.
Drew Kelly's win takes Charles City back into second place. 81 points. Decorah will have something to say about it. They have 2 left. At 189 in heavyweight, Decorah's twins, the Fulsass brothers, Randy Fulsass at 189. He's 38-0. Ryan Fulsass, 39-0. And I'll tell you, they're going to need a lot, but they've got a lot to go after it.
Yes, they do. 2 very tough twins. One was a state champion last year, the other placed 5th. And I tell you what, I'm really impressed with the job that Mike Lester's done here. Because Mike Kennedy is a very strong physical athlete who has the tools to be able to get out from underneath. So he's going to go ahead and choose the neutral position here, change the tempo of the match. So 4-0 lead for Lester, and Kennedy gets right back on the offense here. He's got a chance of scoring. He does a good job of popping Lester onto his right hip, trying to reach across with his right arm.
He lifts, step up, does a nice job of lifting, but he has to cut off, doesn't he?
Yep. Switch to a double with his right arm. Now he's got to try to keep his right shoulder in between his legs. If he can do that, he'll stay competitive in this position. But if the right shoulder falls to the outside, which he's doing right now, he's in a loose position. And that's what happened right there. You look at the point of the right shoulder, and they gave you a guide to what was going to happen in that situation.
That's a good point made by Jim Gibbons, our color commentary tonight, our expert analyst, and we're really glad to have you with us, Jim, tonight to bring us the state high school championships here from Veterans Auditorium in Des Moines. 1A, 2A, 3A, the three-ring circus that everyone around the nation talks about, and you all get to watch tonight live.
One, you're both up. You're both up.
Now that's called correctly there. That's definitely a neutral position. That makes the score 6-1. There's a front headlock position. Now that's that bow and arrow cradle we talked about, Tim. Head in the ribs, going to bring in the knee and the shoulders together. They'll try to lock up a little bit closer to the head if he's serious about turning him over.
And like we said, if he's not, it's an excellent ride. But I think Mike Leston, well, he breaks it there.
Yeah, he's wrestling for a championship now, and boy, I guess if he gets off balance there, maybe give up the reversal. But boy, he's doing a heck of a job because Mike Kennedy, placed third in the state last year. Here, so he's had success in this tournament.
In 1A, Underwood trying to win a second individual championship to go along with their team championship. Blue Wall trying to win, and he is ahead 3-1, and it looks like he's going to win his
184th straight, 184 wins in his career. 51 or 52, I think, in this year, and it's his second championship.
There he is. We'll probably see him a little bit. There he's up in the corner. You're seeing the winningest wrestler in the history of the sport. And you're seeing a state champion right there. Gary Weber, the coach, congratulates Mike Lester from Clear Lake.
Nice job,
the state champion.
I'm looking at Blue Wall here. It just looked like he walked out of the shower here. No emotion. But I know he's beaming up with pride here. He just won his second state title, and pretty tough cat. We'll see him again.
There's Gary Weber, the coach from Clear Lake, and his assistant, and a little bit of joy in the corner.
Morgan of Eagle Grove.
We'll see Gary again here in the
6th place, Josh Dunn, Woodbine. 5th place, Jason Mitchell, Truro, I-35. 4th place, Matt Cornelison, Guthrie Center. 3rd place, Ian Pitzenberger, Green. Runner-up, Seth Evans, Lennox. And the Class 1A 152-pound champion from Eagle Grove, Curtis Williamson. Presenting the Class 2A 152-pound awards, Coach Rich Downing of Creston. 6th place, David Gannon, Dallas Center Grimes. 5th place, Carl Cruikshanks, Tama, South Tama County. 4th place, Adam White, Independence. 3rd place, Matt Fletcher, Shenandoah. Runner-up, Nick Thurn, Mount Vernon. And the Class 2A 152-pound champion from Creston, Andrew Hayes.
Creston's second state champion tonight.
Presenting the Class 3A 152-pound awards, Coach Tom Smalley of Lamar's. 6th place, Howard Hughes, Muscatine. 5th place, Clint Carlson, Des Moines Roosevelt. 4th place, Zach Evans, Iowa City City High. 3rd place, Adam Larson, Decorah. Runner-up, Brandon Lyons, Charles City. And the Class 3A 152-pound champion from Lamar's, Richard Schroeder.
Congratulations to the champions at 152. Let's go to Dick Trotter.
All right, it's 3 times in a row for Drew Kelly of Charles City, your new state champion. He wasted little time in putting Kenyatta Carter on his back with 15 seconds left to go in the first period. Your state champion, Drew Kelly, Charles City, 160 pounds, and a happy young man. Let's go to Dean.
160 pounds in Class A. We're talking with Blue Wall, who is the winningest wrestler ever in Iowa. 184 wins, 17 losses, Blue. This match today, though, with Jacob Feuerbach of Belle Plaine, was 3-1. Were you a little disappointed in that?
Yeah, I was. I thought I should have scored a lot more points and wrestled a lot better. Overall, I mean, I didn't get scored on other than the escape I gave him, so I guess I can't complain too much.
No, a win is a win, but what disappointed you about that?
I wasn't capitalizing as fast as I usually do. That's the first match that has been that close all year, and I really would have liked to wrestle a lot better.
The all-time winningest wrestler in Iowa, Blue Wall.
Thank you, Dean.
Back to Tim.
Thank you, Dean, and we're at 171 pounds now, and our double A is our feature, and it's Jason Reeks from New Hampton and Rex Gray from Osceola Clark, and what a match to have as a feature. It's Reeks. You know the story. I don't know whether he does or not, but if he pins his man, if he gets a fall against only once defeated Rex Gray, New Hampton wins the state championship. If he comes up any short of anything else, he Assumption wins the 2A championship.
And I don't know, Tim, do you tell him? You go out there and tell him that if you pin this guy, we win this team title, or you just, you know, go out there and win that title first? That's kind of a dilemma.
Well, what do you say? You're the coach.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think about that myself. I'd say go out there and wrestle for the team title, and if he's well ahead, then you just go out there and tell him during a break. Because if you pin, we win the team title.
Well, and I take that back. If he gets a tech fall, they tie for the team title.
Oh, that'd be pretty good.
And so
it's a pretty tall order to go out there and win one, but you know, anything can happen.
Watch the walk-up.
And I tell you what, Jason Reeks, you know, or Rex Gray anyway, wants nothing to do with this team title talk.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 41-1.
Right.
In 1A, we've got Tyler Nix from Green, 43-1, going against Adam Corey from Bondurant-Farrar, 33-1. Bondurant-Farrar, kind of a second retirement for Bill Nelson, who helps out Ken Eastling, the head coach and one of the all-time great wrestlers in the history of the sport. Hanging it up again for the second time. And in AAA, Sean Stender from North Scott Eldridge, 39-1, going up against Josh Porter from Fort Dodge, undefeated, 37-0.
And I tell you what, Rex Gray here, working for a state title. Got a 2-0 lead here. And now there's a reversal here. Jason Reeks just worked back in. Finished up a double-A type attack. And that's important, Tim, because only 12 seconds left in the first period.
Yeah. It keeps him fired up.
Unanswered points.
Keep working. Get down, Green.
1A, it's 2-0.
3 seconds, guys. 3 seconds.
In favor of Green's Tyler Nix, with going into the second period.
Go on. Rejoice Green. Right here, bud. First view. Red's going down.
Jason Reeks going to go ahead and choose the down position here.
And in 3A, scored. There's 2A, and that's what we're talking about. You get 6 points if you pin and put them at 116. If they get a tech fall, New Hampton goes to 115.5, and they tie for the state championship. Anything short, major decision, regular decision, brings them up just a little short. Great year, though.
It is.
For the Coach of the Year, Larry Straw.
Rex Gray working tough on top. And I remember a situation like this back in 1974 in the Oklahoma won the Nationals. They had a guy from Central Michigan, a big heavyweight out there. He beat a Michigan kid, Gary Ernst, for second place. And the University of Oklahoma won the championship, and they sent him a letter jacket. So Rex Gray is working on a letter jacket here, a Davenport Assumption letter jacket.
That's a good one. Wade King looking out on right now, ready to having a little assembly and bring Rex Gray in and celebrate with them a state championship. 5-4 on 3A. Minute and a half left in the second period. There's Larry Straw, Coach of the Year in 2A. Okay, son. Talking about, just like Bill Nelson, he's someday will retire for a second time because he's been rehired. He's back in the saddle after 18 years or so away from it, and he's in about his third year now at New Hampton. She is a native of New Hampton, back home, leading his team. Now we're going to get this 3A completed here. I'm going to let you know what's going on. It's 5-4 in favor of Josh Porter from Fort Dodge over Sean Stender from North Scott Eldridge. A minute 10 left in the second period. We've got a good one going on, and they're on their feet.
And this is a good one, too, here. 36 seconds left in the second period here. It's a 2-2 score. Rex Gray has been dominant in this point, but he's given up a reversal again at the end of the period.
Whoa.
27 seconds left here, and now it's up to Reeks to see if he can control in the top position. He was able to do it in the first period. Nice ankle ride coming down to the wrist.
Back in, gentlemen.
We get a new start here with 14 seconds left. So 2 reversals here at the end of the period, Tim.
If you can ride him out for these 14 seconds, that's huge.
Nice switch attempt here by Gray. Reeks has got to keep his head up.
Controlling the hips pretty well. He's got a lift on that leg there, and he's got him, stop.
Yep, nice job. Now he's got him on his back.
You know, I have a feeling whether Coach told him or not, he knows the situation. I think Jason Reeks knows the situation.
He knows it's tight.
Only a junior, 35-4. Going against once defeated Rex Gray.
Time for Gray to answer here now. He's in the down position. Has a hard time getting away to this point from Reeks.
Short guys, let's go!
So, working the wrist ties. Notice how he's trying to get his hips separated, but Reeks does a good job on top of following around. Trying to sneak those hips out. Now they're perpendicular to Reeks. So, basically kind of a parallel ride here situation, and switch attempt, and Gray's got to keep the intensity up. Now he goes to a belly position. He's got a belt buckle on the mat. They're going to call a stalling warning here.
Calls Reeks for stalling on 1A. The score is 4-2 with a minute 20 left in the match. And the leader is Tyler Nix from Green, ahead of Adam Corey from Bondurant Farrar. And on 3A, it's 5-4 in favor of Josh Porter. The score has not changed, and we're going into the third period.
Let's go, gentlemen. Let's work it.
Good, tough wrist ride by Reeks. Jason's got a 2-point lead, and I think in this situation, he's just going to continue to ride even if he gives up a stall warning.
Well, he can, and that was John Monroe, the official from Indianola, who called him for stalling, and he could call him again. But he can't call him too soon, because then he'd be in a little bit of danger, I think.
Scoop up that Navy ride there. See his left arm elevating that knee.
Let's get some action out here. Let's go.
Monroe, the official, and you know, we do need a little bit more action, but some of it, Gray's just got to just try to get that put into another gear, try to create a little bit more of a scramble situation. There you go, nice stand up. He's reaching back into a switch. Reeks is doing a good job of controlling and pressing his chest against those hips and making it tough for him to get any separation there. There's 40
coaches from Osceola Clark, Rod Gall on the left there. You know, there's no doubt as a coach what Larry Straw wants right now. He wants this championship for this young man.
Right.
You know, I mean, this is, he would not want him to give it up for anything stupid here.
New Hampton had a great team here this year. I mean, they've won a couple points with Charles City, who had great performance. They've been close with Davenport Assumption, so they've had a fantastic season. And here we go, 15 seconds left. Nice job. Rex Gray coming to a stand-up here, and Reeks doing a pretty good job of riding him out here. 3 seconds, 2. And half of New Hampton.
Yep, New Hampton is cheering. Assumption is cheering. New Hampton comes up 1 point shy of the championship.
Everybody's
in 2A.
Show you the crowd, partner, okay?
They win 3 championships, New Hampton, tonight.
Great night for them. Great night for the program. A great night for Northeast Iowa Wrestling. Like I said, I think they had 12 or 13 guys from that district out of there into the finals.
Now we're in 3A. The score is 8-4 in favor of Josh Porter. He has extended his lead, and there's 18 seconds left. We're looking at right now Josh Porter right there with an 8-4 lead over Sean Stender from North Scott High School in Eldridge, coached by Jeff Neumeister. Ed Birnbaum, the coach at Fort Dodge, Josh Porter's coach.
Sean Stender trying to get his first championship for his school since 1971. And Josh Porter just trying to fall in the line of many successful Fort Dodge wrestlers. Several state champions from that school, including the first champion.
Well, they've been in it from the first of it, haven't they? I mean, you think about wrestling, you think about that part of the country, you think about the Eagle Pros in the Fort Dodge and the Clarions and all those up there, and
that North Central Conference.
Yes, Humboldt's,
packed gyms, pep bands, a lot of excitement. Get started here again. 4-point lead. Josh Stender looking for something big here. Nice Granby roll attempt here, but Porter just kind of following out. He'll give up the escape here. Now makes it 8-5. 2 seconds left, 1 second. There's your champion.
There he is, excited to be a champion. Long line of champions from the Fort Dodge Dodgers up there. Josh Porter. Let's go to the award stand.
160-pound awards. Assistant coach Trevor Carrott of Underwood. 6th place, Thad Landers, green. 5th place, Justin DeYoung, Rock Rapids Central Iron. 4th place, Wade Samo, Lennox. 3rd place, Aaron Schmidt, Oldebold Arthur. Runner-up, Jacob Feuerbach, Belle Plaine. And the Class 1A 160-pound champion from Underwood, Blue Wall.
There he
Blue
is.
is also now the owner of the new state record for victories in a career with a record of 184 wins and 17 losses.
Ed Winger, the PA announcer, said it better than I could.
Smile, Blue.
Yeah.
You deserve it.
Presenting the Class 2A 160-pound awards, Coach Gary Weber of Clear Lake. 6th place, George Gertis, Northwood NCNK. 5th place, Brian Honold, Corinda. 4th place, Brennan Chima, Tama, South Tama County. 3rd place, Eric Pettengill, LaPorte City Union. Runner-up, Mike Kennedy, Monticello. And the Class 2A 160-pound champion from Clear Lake, Mike Lester.
Mike Lester, Clear Lake. And the 2A standings are in now. Davenport Assumption wins the championship by the closest of margins. 115.5 points. New Hampton, 2nd. 114.5. Emmitsburg, 3rd. Emmitsburg on the rise.
Yes, they are. Only 2 seniors on that team. They're going to have a great guy back here.
Presenting the Class 3A 160-pound awards, Coach David Williams of Charles City. 6th place, Alex Bribriesco, Bettendorf. 5th place, Major Ennen, Muscatine. 4th place, Martin DeCamp, Cedar Rapids Xavier. 3rd place, Ryan Klein, Ames. Runner-up, Kenyatta Carter, Waterloo West. And and the Class 3A 160-pound champion from Charles City, Drew Kelly.
David Williams and the champion 3-time from Charles City. Dean, what do you got for us?
Well, 2 years ago, Tim, Adam Corey of Bondurant-Farrar was champion in single A at 171 pounds. He was back on the championship mat this evening, but he ran up against Green, Iowa's Tyler Nix. He's Green's winningest wrestler ever. And Tyler Nix put together a series of takedowns and 3 reversals, and he decisioned Adam Corey 8-4. So the champion at 171 single A is Tyler Nix of Green, Iowa. Tim?
Thank you, and now we're at 189 pounds. We got a good one for you. Double A featured match. Trey Clark, 35-0, LaPorte City Union, coached by Dick Ingall. Dustin Den Hartog, 38-0 from Clear Lake, coached by Gary Weber, who we just saw have a champion right there on the award stand. So let's go.
And this is going to be a great match, Tim. 2 undefeated wrestlers here. Trey Clark, you know, really has got a great future ahead of him here. A 71-pound freshman state champion. Last year he had a hurt knee, so he wasn't able to qualify for the tournament. And here again, back in the finals here, a lot of coaches are interested in this young man.
Well, he's done something that nobody else has done. Nobody's ever won a state championship as a freshman at that high a weight. Not even close.
Not even close. You look at the maturity level that it takes to win a title.
Go back center, guys.
You got to be extra strong and poised, and usually those freshman champions are usually at 103 or 112.
You're a little ahead here.
I don't know whether there has been one over 112. Well, Trey Clark is the one in the leg. He has the tights on. He does not have a one piece on. And Dustin Den Hartog is got the knee pad, the white knee pad right there, both with dark uniforms. So a little more explanation will help you as a viewer. In 1A, we've got Jeremiah Potabum, 44-1 from Lawton Bronson, versus Matt Langrick from Jackson Junction, Turkey Valley High School. That's in 1A. In 3A, we have Randy Fulsass from Decorah, and keep your eye on that one, because if he pins, that puts Decorah in a position to win the 3A state championship. If he doesn't, they'll fall short. We just got done with a scenario like that. Now Decorah has a chance to push Iowa City High for the championship. Fulsass is going against Yayawi from Keokuk. Tamim Yayawi from Keokuk.
That's
How'd
a
I do?
mouthful.
Okay. I didn't want to say it
Come on,
too
guys,
fast.
in the middle.
And Trey Clark was able to get on a high crotch shot, but it was warded off pretty well by Den Hartog. Den Hartog now a type of a space shot. Here's Clark countering off. They're in the front headlock position. Trey Clark, 6'4". Nice range, good size of these athletes here. I'm going to call that a
We got to
stalemate.
get some action, guys. Come on, gentlemen. We got 14 seconds.
Already out to a 4-1 lead is Randy Fulsass from Decorah in 3A box there. He's ahead 4-1, riding on top.
I'll tell you what, that shows you just how athletic these two guys are. 14 seconds left. Trey Clark jumps down in a low single leg attempt here. Is almost scored, but Den Hartog did a nice job of countering there.
Neutral, up or down. Okay, red shoes is down. You're down. Face me, young man. We're set. We're on. That's green. That's your second one now. Got man green. Next is the point. That's your second warning.
2 false start warnings. The next one's
Cover.
a point. Here's Jim Christensen covering for us here. Den Hartog, real tough in the top position. Trey Clark kind of moving out, trying to get some hip separation. Now he's working up for hand control. And Den Hartog's going to cut him here, so Trey Clark takes a 1-0 lead with 1:37 left in the second period.
You're in 1A. Somebody's in trouble there. Nope. And it come out. No points. It's 0-0 with a minute 20 left. And that's between Jeremiah Potabum and Matt Langrick. And on 3A, the score's 5-1 now in favor of Fulsass. With a minute 20 left in the second period. In 1A, if you're wondering, that Bondurant Farrar's inability to win the championship in the last Corey to win it, Columbus Junction finishes second ahead of them. And so it's Underwood, the winner, Columbus Junction second, Bondurant Farrar third in 1A.
There you saw a nice knee tap attempt here by Trey Clark to ward off a shot. He's tough in this position, a space shot here.
With that length, I can see that.
Yeah. Look how far off, his left arm is all the way around back behind the ankle. So 6'4" frame. Now he's forcing the ankles. See, he's got his left arm on the back of the ankle, and Jim Christensen's going to call a stalemate. 42 seconds left in the second period. We're going to take an injury time, looks like.
Injury time green. Buddy coach, injury time green.
Well,
couldn't quite see how that occurred.
Just catching you up on what's going on in the other matches. 20 seconds left in the second period. The score is 3-2 on single A's match in favor of Jeremiah Potabom. Here, we'll look and see if we can find out what happened.
Well, could be the knee situation there. The knee's kind of bent a little bit inside. But I don't really see him going for it. It might have been during that space shot, you know.
He's going to be able to come back here.
They've got the wind knocked out of him.
Got it.
He looks all right now.
A little bit different in New Hampton. Decora's full sass has a little bit of a margin. He's 9-2 going into the second. You know, if you're the coach and you're the wrestler, you know, you can throw a little bit at him.
Yep.
And so...
Nice single leg attempt here by Trey Clark. Nice low sweeping single. He's reached across and got the 2 points. Did a great job, Tim, there of setting that up. He did this nice sweeping low single. You see that a lot from the Oklahoma State style of wrestling.
Don't set, gentlemen, don't set. Come on, guys.
Came back up and switched to a double, stayed low. Did it right in the middle where you like to see instead of the edge of the mat. 7 seconds left in the second.
And he takes a 3-0 lead. Trey Clark does into the third period.
There's that single leg. Now see how he stays on his toes, drives through, gets the other leg, doesn't come up around the waist or the hip area, stays low in the upper thigh, finishes that technique. Here's where Trey Clark, I think, is real tough when that range really pays off. Top position. Dan Hartog, a real good-looking athlete, undefeated record.
Improve, guys. We got to improve. Come on, fellas, let's go.
2 undefeated wrestlers. Trey Clark in control here. 3-0 with a minute and a half left. In single A with a minute left in the match up there on the red mat. It's all tied up 3-3 between Potabom and Langwick.
Trey Clark has just well, actually, stall warning's been issued to Dan Hartog from Fair Lake.
Man, we got to come out of there.
And I tell you what, he's trying to come out. It's just that he's just pressed there.
Go back center here, Green down. Let's go, Green. Hustle up.
Looks a little bit dazed ever since that shot and that break. Just looks a little bit dazed. Got to get his faculties together. Dan Hartog.
That's Dick Engroff, the coach of Trey Clark there, the Fort City. On the left-hand side, we saw.
One air.
That's a false start here. That's the third caution issued.
There's Dick Engroff, longtime coach.
Third caution issued to Dan Hartog. That'll be a point, so that extends the lead to 4-0.
11-4 in favor of full sass from Decora, and he's dominating, but he's not getting done what he needs to get done yet. 45 seconds left in the match. 5-3 winner in single A, 5-3. And it's Jeremiah Potabom from Lawton Bronson, coached by Jason Carlson, winning the championship over Matt Langrick from Turkey Valley. Dennis Myrick, the coach. Potabom champion, 5-3.
Right here.
And that's pretty rare at that 3A. You know, Randy Colsess won it at heavyweight last year, moved down to 189. And his twin brother goes up to heavyweight. So they made the decision coming out of football that one was a little heavier, so he had to, the lighter one had to cut the weight.
Well, he's going to win a state championship at 189, and he's going to do it in fine fashion. 13-4 is the score with 13 seconds left.
And I tell you what, Trey Clark has just done a great job of keeping Den Hartog flat. I mean, good conditioning, good range, and
Down here, you cannot stop there. On here.
one of the lost arts, I think, in the sport is just keeping a man pressed down and knowing how to, you know, people often ask me, what's the difference between now and maybe 20 or 30 years ago? And 30 years ago, they wrestled a little bit more like Trey Clark.
Well, Trey Clark's a champion for the second time. He's still got another year left. And Randy Fulsass is the champion, 15-5. He wins up there in the corner in the blue. Here's your Trey Clark, champion from LaPorte City, Union.
Style will always win championships.
You know, let's go to the awards.
Still ties it, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention to the award stand area at the east end of the auditorium. Presenting the Class 1A 171-pound awards, Coach Gordy Smith of Green. Sixth place, Andy Kaufman, Wapsie Valley Fairbank. Fifth place, Justin Sheeter, Guthrie Center. Fourth place, Austin Sorgenfry, Dipton. Third place, Dallas O'Brien, Corridon Wayne. Runner-up, Adam Corey, Bondurant Farrar. And the Class 1A 171-pound champion from Green, Tyler Nix.
Been a while for a champion from Green.
Just outside of Charles City, neighboring community.
Presenting the Class 2A 171-pound awards, Coach Larry Straw of New Hampton. Sixth place, Johnny Kennell, Gowrie, Prairie Valley. Fifth place, John Gleason, Solon. Fourth place, B.J. Strandberg, Storm Lake. Third place, Sonny Alvarez, Davenport Assumption. Runner-up, Rex Gray, Osceola Clark. And the Class 2A 171-pound champion from New Hampton, Jason Reichs.
Jason Reichs. We apologize if we mispronounced it as Reeks, because he certainly doesn't. He is a champion. Jason Reichs.
Fantastic finish by New Hampton.
Presenting the Class 3A 171-pound awards, Coach Ed Birnbaum of Fort Dodge. Sixth place, Ben Sisson, Charles City. Fifth place, Jeremy Bowling, Pleasant Valley. Fourth place, Dominique Selgrade, Indianola. Third place, David Larson, Decorah. Runner-up, Sean Stender, Eldridge, North Scott. And the Class 3A 171-pound champion from Fort Dodge, Josh Porter.
Congratulations to the Fort Dodge wrestler, Josh Porter. Dean, what do you have for us?
Well, they're going to be dancing in the streets tonight, the towns of Lawton and Bronson. That school district has their first state champion ever, Jeremiah Potterbaum. Decisioned Matt Langrek of Turkey Valley, 5-3. Langrek seemed to slip. The score was tied, seemed to slip and off balance in the past 20 seconds. Potterbaum took advantage of it. He's the state champion. Dick?
All right, at 189 pounds, Dean, Randy Fulsass of Decorah made quick work of Yamini Yawawi of Keokuk. The score was 15-5. Fulsass having a little trouble winning the state title. His second in a row. He won last year at heavyweight. And right now, we're going to introduce you to a three-time winner from Charles City, Drew Kelly. Drew, you said you handled Carter from West Waterloo a couple of times this year. What was your mindset tonight?
Just go out and be aggressive, wrestle my match, and, take control of the match and everything be all right.
And what was your move when you had him on the edge of the mat and put him in a pinning combination?
He just had a weak shot, and I just pitched him to his back, and that was pretty tight. So
best of luck on a great year, and good luck for the future at UNI.
Thanks.
And there we have Drew from Charles City, the state champion, now a 3-time state champion. Back to you, Tim.
Thanks a lot, Dick, and we've got something special going on right here. What you're looking at. We said Decorah couldn't win the state championship. We meant outright. If Ryan Fulsass pins Mike Novak from Cedar Rapids Prairie, they tie Iowa City High for the championship. So it's come all the way down to this. Ryan Fulsass being made room for by his brother Randy Fulsass, going down to 189, as Jim pointed out. And now Ryan set the table with a major decision and leaving it so his brother can give him a part of the state championship if he pins Mike Novak from Cedar Rapids Prairie. Now, not going to be an easy thing to do, but Ryan Fulsass is 39-0.
And I tell you what, Tim, these two look like 103-pounders out there. Look at those movements there. Two great athletes.
Here we have the other matches. Scott Webb from Sigourney, 38-0. Against Derek Schumacher from Avoca.
Here comes the takedown attempt here by Ryan Fulsass.
A lot of action.
A lot of action. Gets the hips down. Tries to cover on top. Just a good scrambler. And he'll keep the pace of this match high the whole time here, Tim.
And in 2A, Jake Beach from Macokota going against Josh Grube from Crestwood in 2A. We're right here. We got a couple of smaller heavyweights. Good-looking young men. Ryan Fulsass from Decorah leading 2-0 against Mike Novak from Prairie, Cedar Rapids. And you can tell what he wants, don't you?
I think Ryan knows, okay?
Yeah.
He knows he has a chance to bring home some team hardware here. You see the face protection he has. He's had some problems last year here. He had broke his nose in the tournament, so he wears that protection.
That's why he knows.
Yeah, he does. Looks like that's got a lot of wear. Those hockey face masks where you can, they put the stitches on it. Working into a half Nelson. He's done a good job of driving. And I tell you what, he's got a chance here. Novak almost reached back into him. Would have been a mistake there. He could have taken him right to his back. So let's just really keeping the pace going.
Let's go.
All the way down to heavyweights for the team championship at 3A. City High just waiting to give Novak a letter jacket. City High and Prairie, you know, and there isn't all that much love lost there, and so they're rooting for it. There's the standings. Iowa City High, 90 points. Decorah, 84, and a pin gives them 6 points. Even the worst mathematicians can add that one up.
And look at two of those schools there. Right around 10,000 population base.
Yep. So
4 in Charles City.
84 and 6 equals 90. That's a tie.
We're in the large school division here, 3A. Start of the second period. Fulsass takes down position here. He's going to pop right up into a stand-up and.
Whoa! Now there's a picture.
Yep. There you go.
No wonder he wears that mask.
But kind of took it on the outside of the thigh there.
In 1A, scores 0-0 with a minute and a half left in the second period. That's between Scott Webb and Derek Schumacher. And in 2A, the score is 6-1. 6-1 in favor of Josh Grube over Jake Beach.
And here Fulsass pops right up into a stand-up again. He's got Novak's leg trapped underneath him. I know he wants to pull that away. You notice how Novak's left arm is really securing the hold.
Green, you got to work him down, son. Red down.
They're going to call stalling right there in top position. Novak's responsibility at that point, once Fulsass comes to his feet, to take him back to the mat.
Okay, Tom.
Basically clinging.
Got a caution green. You can't lay on him, okay? You got to give him a little room. Caution green. Set. Back up, let him set.
Dale Atchison, their official, basically explained the caution, why he called it. Can't lay on him like that. Fulseth coming up in a stand-up position. Nice front trip here by Novak. It comes into that leg. I think at this stage of the match, Novak trying to get back into it here is just trying to wear Fulseth down because Fulseth doesn't take a break. It's just going to be this type of pace, and he would go till he can't go any longer.
2-0. Fulseth's leading, minute and a half left in the second period.
Same way, you're down.
Had about 4 starts here, and 30 seconds have expired. Second period. Oh, that's a nice flower ride and under the cradle on the far side. He's got that pretty tight.
But nothing. Whoa, has he got it tight?
That is very tight. Look at the leg lock he has on both legs. He's got the double grapevine in, and that's tight. The only thing that's keeping his shoulders off are the elbows there.
Holy cow, what a fight!
Watch the face.
This is a fight.
This is a fight. Did I tell you what? He's got it tight.
He's pinned.
He's got a...
What?
There's a bad right knee. It looked like Novak got an injury time out there. I don't know how they're going to call that. He called injury time. I don't know if you can do that, really.
I had 3. I had 3 near fall.
And we'll see if Novak can continue here.
I'll tell you what, both those young men could make a case for having the other one pinned.
Working on the knee of Novak here.
And our on-the-spot assistant, here's the move. Watch this. Roger Crimmins says he was calling timeout as he went down.
Nice cradle.
Not
it's
here,
locked
but,
up.
Yeah.
All right, beautiful cradle. You can see he's getting a count here. There's 1, 2, 3.
And he steps over.
Steps over. Now he's got the double grapevine in. Notice how Novak's ankles will come to the inside. He's got that right there. He's got that locked up.
Fulseth does do a great job of keeping the...
Watch the left elbow. The left elbow of Fulseth keeps his shoulders off the mat. Now, right here, takes his belt buckle. Right here, the next move. He's going to try to get his legs up over the top.
Still up.
Still up, over the top. Awful close.
Awful close, but...
Now watch this move. Belt buckle to the mat. One more time now, he goes the other direction. He pushes his head away. That's really what saves him there. Now, watch the knee on the other side.
Yep, it went... He's calling time right there, but...
Yeah, but I don't know if you can call time right there.
Go, Green, right here, you're down. Let's go.
Outside the knee, you see the pink-colored knee pad there. I'm sure he's legitimately hurt because you can... In that type of scramble situation, anything can happen. What a match.
In 2A, the winner, Josh Grube from Cresco Crestwood, state champion. In 1A, 30 seconds left, it's 1-0 in favor of Sigourney's Scott Webb, undefeated, 38-0, going against Derek Schumacher, 41-4.
Nice move technique right there to get the hips out, swisher away. Creates some hip distance. Now that narrows the score to 8-4, 30 seconds left. Second period now.
Both wrestlers showing they've got
Look at those techniques they're trying to execute. Both men are just going at it. This is great.
Oh, man.
Stay in there. Let's go. Let's go.
You know, it's just who's going to be used to wrestling this type of pace.
Let's go, fellas, right here.
I don't know who Mickey Novak is used to wrestling in that room, but I know Fulseth is used to wrestling his twin brother in the room and at home over the furniture.
Time.
Sigourney gets a state champion. Scott Webb
What do you want, son?
wins 4-0. He finishes an undefeated year. Walks off the mat
Stage
just like,
4,
well, I
red.
knew I was going to do it. And picks up his own coach. Both coaches.
Yeah, those heavyweights,
They
you don't
can
want
do
them
that,
to
yeah.
jump on you.
I think it was a long time. I think our buddy Miller got carried off by Sindlinger when he won the championship, and usually it's the other way around. So what's the difference between light and heavyweights? Heavyweights carry their coaches off. Yeah.
There's a locked hands call.
We got 1 red. Technical violation, locked hands. 1 red.
Now this was an unusual choice here, Tim, because Mickey Novak took the top position when it was his choice.
Let's go right
Down
here.
9-3, actually 8-4 at the time.
Yes.
Now it's going to make it 9-4. Now he's looking for that cradle. Now here's a escape.
Whoa, right there, it could be something. Oh, a nice slip.
Nice limp arm there. Beautiful technique.
Minute and a half to make it happen for Decorah. Full Sass has to pin to tie for the team championship. He's got an 8-point lead.
Well, I know Mickey Novak has wrestled pretty. You're going to have to catch him here because he's a pretty salty wrestler here. He didn't come this far to go ahead and give up a fall in this situation. It's going to be real tough to go ahead, but notice how the pace is slowed a little bit.
Okay, let's go.
Dale Atchison makes a stall call.
Roger Williams right there standing up. The head coach at Decorah, great year for him. Contending right down to the final match for the state championship.
Set when you're set, okay?
You see the signal there. He wants Full Sass to drop in on an ankle.
Okay? Cover.
And then work on the wrist and maybe take the arm behind the back. Thread the needle type technique. We'll see if Full Sass hits it. He's got the wrist tied up. Here, we need a pin.
He's got a minute
He's
to
got
do
it
it.
locked up.
He's got it locked up. Oh, man. Nope. And that's that strength of Novak you're talking about. He's not going to give it up.
One red. Warning green.
Now it's interesting here. You know, keep the action going here.
You don't want to stay behind right there.
Exactly.
You'd think that you'd want... Now, there he goes.
Bow and arrow cradle there. It's set up. But I think
keep working, fellas. Let's
both
go.
athletes are getting a little bit arm weary here. And who can blame them? We watched the pace through the first half of this match, and it's taking its toll right here.
Back to center. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
He wants to freestyle start and come out front, use the power half Nelson and just go out front. And why not? If he just stays off his back, he even gives up a 5-point move, it'd only make it 13-9. So freestyle start. Get back. Chin right there. There.
You give it all you got right there.
Yep. And Novak just limps out of it here, which is wise.
And he's going to get 5 points, which is going to leave them 1 point short of the state championship, just like New Hampton was.
Two great
races.
Yeah.
Wow. In single A, they fought it out for second and third, and in double A and in triple A, they fight it right down to the final few matches. The final match in 3A.
Now you're going to see a celebration of two twins, because this is the, I remember last year. There you go. There they are. They showed up.
That's family stuff. The award stand.
The award stand area at the east end of the auditorium. Presenting the Class 1A 189-pound awards, Coach Jason Carlson of Lawton Bronson. 6th place, Ben Dorr, Mount Ayr. 5th place, Matt Kasich, Terrell Lakeland. 4th place, Jeremy Age, Clarion Goldfield. 3rd place, Andy Dickinson, Woodbine. Runner-up, Matt Langreck, Jackson Junction, Turkey Valley. And the Class 1A 189-pound champion from Lawton Bronson, Jeremiah Potabom.
The first state champion there in Lawton Bronson, as they said, was dancing in the streets, Jeremiah Potabom.
Congratulations.
Presenting the Class 2A 189-pound awards, assistant coach Kurt Hilmer of LaPorte City Union. 6th place, Blanchard Johnson III, Council Bluffs, St. Albert. 5th place, Brent Mathieson, Emmitsburg AR. 4th place, Lee Russell, Davenport Assumption. 3rd place, Matt Wyckoff, Marion. Runner-up, Dustin Den Hartog, Clear Lake. And the Class 2A 189-pound champion from LaPorte City Union, Trey Clark.
There's 3A. City High winning it. Brad Smith becomes the first coach to win 2 championships in 2 schools. Lisbon was 7, Iowa City High. He won his first year at Iowa City, he won the state championship, and now wins it again. Decorah second. Charles City, strong showing.
Presenting the Class 3A 189-pound awards, Coach Roger Williams of Decorah. Sixth place, Chad Wendell, Charles City. Fifth place, Justin Cook, Dubuque Hempstead. Fourth place, Dustin Jeffries, Urbandale. Third place, Adam Hayden, Denison Schleswig. Runner-up, Tamim Yayawi, Keokuk. And the Class 3A 189-pound champion from Decorah, Randy Folsass.
Okay, Dean.
Heavyweight, Class A, Scott Webb of Sigourney waited until the final period, but he put together 4 points there, an escape, a stalling point, and a takedown, 4-0 over Derek Schumacher of Avoca, Hancock, Shelby, and Tennant. The champion is Scott Webb. Tim?
Well, here we are at the heavyweight, the award stand.
Class 1A heavyweight awards, Coach Jeff Kirby of Sigourney. Sixth place, Carl Christensen, Ogden. Fifth place, Bill Coleman, Garner Hayfield. Fourth place, Bill Stewart, Truro I-35. Third place, Mark Lander, Underwood. Runner-up, Derek Schumacher, Avoca AHT. And the Class 1A heavyweight champion from Sigourney, Scott Webb.
Jack Smith's proud. Hall of Fame coach who there at Sigourney for a long time. He said, watch that heavyweight from Sigourney. So there you go, Jack.
Presenting the Class 2A heavyweight awards, Coach Doug Hatch of Cresco Crestwood. Sixth place, Dan Kyle, Grinnell. Fifth place, Kyle Wellington, Louisa Muscatine Letts. Fourth place, Dennis Anderson, Glenwood. Third place, Tom Conlon, Humboldt. Runner-up, Jake Veach, Maquoketa. And the Class 2A heavyweight champion from Cresco Crestwood, Josh Gruby.
Dick.
And in 2A competition, your heavyweight champion is Josh Grube of Cresco Crestwood, as he was just announced there, as he pinned Jake Veach of Maquoketa with 36 seconds remaining in the second period. And that was quite a move. Woo. How about that? Let's go back to you, Tim.
Hey, that's one of those, ooh.
I want to see that again.
Ooh, ah. Let's go to the award stand.
Presenting the Class 3A heavyweight awards, Coach Roger Williams of Decorah. Sixth place, Nick McTee, Mount Pleasant. Fifth place, Wade McLeod, Muscatine. Fourth place, John Faw, Pleasant Valley. Third place, Chris Blair, Urbandale. Runner-up, Mike Novak, Cedar Rapids Prairie. And the Class 3A heavyweight champion from Decorah, Ryan Folsass.
Two champs for Decorah, for Coach Roger Williams, the Folsass brothers. And now to Mo Kelly for tonight's team trophy presentations.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to present the team trophies now. If you'd give us your attention, we're going to present on the respective mats, 1A on 1A, 2A on 2A, 3A on 3A. Let's begin with 1A, representing the Iowa High School Athletic Association Board of Control to present the trophies in Class 1A. We have the current chairman of the board, Les Dauma, superintendent of schools, Orange City, MOCFB. In the center is Kirk Rentschler, superintendent of schools, Solon, and Jerry Stillwell, Des Moines East High School principal. Third place in Class 1A, if they'd come forward at this time, 74 points, Bondurant Farrar, Coach Ken Estling. Second place in Class 1A, 76 points, Coach Bill Plain, Columbus Junction, Columbus. Columbus Junction.
Get it, Nick.
Runner-up in 1A, congratulations. And the 1A champion, 97 points, Coach Louis Curtis and Underwood. Turning our attention now to Class 2A, representing the Board of Control, Les Dauma again, the current chairman of the board. In the center is Arlo Flagey, who represents the Iowa Association of School Boards on the Board of Control. He's from Waverly. And Steve Waterman, Osceola Superintendent. In Class 2A, third place with 87.5 points, Emmetsburg, Armstrong Ringstead, and Coach Robert Kinney. Second place, 114.5 points, Coach Larry Straw and New Hampton.
Close team race.
And the 2A state champion, 115.5 points, Coach Wade King, Davenport Assumption.
Wade King has put together a great program there at Davenport Assumption, and they win the championship by the closest of margins. But it's gold. It's gold.
They're still champions.
That's the real winners win them when they're close.
Moving down to Class 3A now. Presenting the awards to the top 3 teams in 3A. Philip Hintz, Superintendent of Schools at Newton. Chuck Van Heck, Athletic Director at Muscatine. And the current chairman of the board, Les Dauma, Orange City MOC FV. In 3A, third place with 81 points, Coach David Williams and Charles City.
David Williams, his dad, Wendell, is a head football coach and the assistant wrestling coach for years at Charles City, and now he comes back to his hometown and leads the team to third place.
The runner-up, Class 3A, 89 points, Coach Roger Williams and Decorah.
Strong showing by Decorah.
Great showing by Decorah. You know, that's both Charles City and Decorah towns of under, right around 10,000. Up there with the 3A, you're up with the Des Moines Lincolns and West Des Moines Valley's schools that size.
And Class 3A, the champion with 90 points, Coach Brad Smith and Iowa City.
City High champions, Brad Smith, as you were saying, and as I agree, Brad Smith, just one of the best high school coaches in America, and making some history here. First coach in Iowa to win 2 championships in 2. There he is, Brad Smith.
By the way, Iowa City will have a reception at 4 o'clock tomorrow in the cafeteria.
Reception at 4 o'clock tomorrow, Iowa City fans, in the cafeteria. So if you want to come out and help Brad Smith and City Hawk celebrate, that'll be, I'm sure, appreciated. So, big champions, look at that. The 73rd Annual High School Wrestling Championships are now history. We've got champions. Underwood, Davenport Assumption, Iowa City, City High, 1A, 2A, and 3A. And Jim, I'll tell you what, it's been great to have you with us. I mean, you're the one that's been here, you know, and a coach, and what an expert commentary, and it's just been a pleasure.
I enjoyed it, Tim, and I want to thank you and the production staff at Iowa Public Television for really making this a fun event for me.
Well, I think it's a fun event for everybody watching. It's a fun event for us. It's long, but, I mean, it goes by, doesn't it, when it's exciting like this? Thank yous also to Dick Trotter and Dean Borg. They work hard out there, don't they?
Yeah, they do. They're the streetwalkers out there getting the beat, so do a great job as always.
Well, it's Underwood, 1A. Davenport Assumption, 2A. Iowa City High, 3A. There you see them. They're the 3A state champions. Now stay tuned for our evening program schedule. First, it's 2 episodes of the new Red Green Show, followed by Red Dwarf of Session on 54th Street. That's tonight on Iowa Public Television, a resource for Iowa's future. And don't forget, you can interact with Iowa Public Television all year long on our website to find out new wrestling information and possible special events that will occur. That's www.collegewrestling.iptv.org. As we leave you tonight, we'd like to show you the many names of individuals who made this season's college wrestling and high school wrestling coverage possible. And now, for Jim Gibbons, I'm Tim Johnson. Good night for Iowa Public Television.
Funding for the 1999 Iowa High School Wrestling Championships has been provided by Friends of Iowa Public Television. By your locally owned Medicap Pharmacy, delivering personal care and all your pharmacy needs from 52 Iowa locations. By the Independent Insurance Agents of Iowa, dedicated to serving the insurance needs of Iowa's families and businesses. By the Iowa Association of Independent Colleges and Universities and the Iowa College Foundation, presenting Iowa Private College Week, August 2nd through 6th, 1999. And by Allied Group Insurance, proud to be a supporter of Iowa's outstanding student athletes.
The 1999 High School Wrestling Championships are now available on video cassette by calling 1-800-444-IPTV. This two-tape set, which lasts 4 hours, is available for $39.95 plus $4.50 shipping. To receive your copy of the 1999 High School Wrestling Championships, call 1-800-444-IPTV. And thank you for your support of Iowa Public Television.
Iowa Public Television, a resource for Iowa's future.
Hello, I'm